These two grown men had never seen The Simpsons. How the fuck's that even happen? They're two grown men on a mission now, so buckle up and just strap in.
Upside, inside out, she's living La Vida Loca. She'll push and pull you down, living La Vida Loca. Her lips are devils.
Two grown men had never seen The Simpsons. It's America's Barley Basket.
Welcome to episode 143 of America's Barley Basket. My name is Nathan Volsebuck. Sitting next to me, physically, is Marlon Wells.
Hello, Nathan.
Hello, Marlon.
That was gross.
That was very gross. I don't know if that came out of my nose or my mouth.
The
or
inhale.
Yeah.
Like, people can't see it.
Yeah, it's like very rodent-like. It
was, yeah.
Back.
It had a weasel quality to it.
Ferret boy.
Not cool. How are you?
Got my winter coat growing in real nice.
Oh, yeah?
Like
you got your fur? You furred up?
Yeah, all furred up. Beautiful white coat.
How hairy a boy are you? You hairy boy?
Not very hairy.
Yeah?
No.
Not a fucking rug shoulder?
No. Just... Yeah, not perfectly hairless. Don't have a beautiful hairless body. just unfortunate leg hair like most white dudes have. Like not overly hairy arms, not an overly hairy chest, no back hair that I know of. I mean, there's 3 square feet on my back I can't touch or see, so there could be all sorts of shit happening back there. I could have like an eye of Sauron back there for all I know. Like intimidating men at the YMCA showers.
That's a weird birthmark I've never noticed before. It follows you.
Puts off a lot of heat.
He's got a mouth. He's got a back mouth.
I wonder what happens to all those fitted sheets.
How you living today? You doing okay?
I'm okay.
Yeah.
I am not. I don't hate winter as much as most, but woof. Couple 1-2 punches here of bad winter weather.
You know what I hate?
Existence.
Winter. Well, okay. And a big part of that.
The fraud that we call our lives. Keeping it light.
Yep. Light and breezy. That's what the people want. I fucking hate winter. I'm so fucking done with it. And we got a foot of snow yesterday.
You should be in flip-flops somewhere, frolicking in the sand.
I'm not a flip-flop guy.
No kidding. You're a man that enjoys comfort.
Yep.
Yeah, I can't do the between the toe. I can't do a thong. Which, do you have any older relatives? My dad will still call flip-flops thongs.
I'll hear it called a thong every so often.
Put some thongs on. We're at the lake.
Yep.
That sounds uncomfortable. And thongs, plural. I mean, I get it. I'm putting a lot of pressure on that. Good to have backup underneath. Following me at a beach in a thong, you see me bend over to pick up a seashell. One of those things snaps off like a retread on the interstate. There's a smaller one on underneath. I don't even flinch. I'm so used to it.
Oh, lost another one.
DOT will pick it up.
Look at the seashell.
Ooh, sand dollar. Fucking snaps off, kills a seagull in mid-flight.
Just an explosion of feathers like the Randy Johnson bird. I'm not a flip-flop guy, not a thong guy, not a sandal guy. I want socks on if I got shoes on.
Okay. I can do the ones where your feet kind of slide in.
Yeah.
Like those I can handle, but they're fucking hopeless if you're doing anything besides lounging. You know?
Right.
Like,
you know what I don't want? To be walking along and have my shoe come away from my foot with every step. Like, that's not fucking comfortable.
You don't want a clippity-clop.
Yeah, I'm not looking to clippity-clop.
You're not a clippity-clop boy.
No, I'm not a clippity-clop boy.
You if you got shitty old sneakers, you tying them up loose and just using them like slip-ons, or you lacing up tight every time?
Lacing up tight every time.
No shit. Yep. Look at you go.
Shoes with laces get laced tight every time.
Really fascinating.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the way it should be, but I am far too lazy for that.
And then I own a pair of slip-ons for when I want slip-ons.
For when you're having a sloppy sweatshirt day, you don't feel like getting all dolled
Yeah,
up.
exactly. For when I need to go get my mail.
Go fucking get your fucking fourth DoorDash of the afternoon.
You know, I always pack them if I'm going to stay in like a real deal hotel, not like where we stay on comedy gigs, but like a real deal hotel. I always pack them because I want to go get breakfast in the morning and I don't want to lace my shoes up. So
I'm willing to go barefoot like an animal in a hotel.
oh my God.
Or even sock feet. I'll do sock
How many
feet.
tapeworms have you gotten in your life?
Have you seen the soles of my feet?
I don't
That's
know
fucking,
that I
it takes
have.
apex predators to puncture those. I got some hooves.
You're a clippity clop boy.
I'm clipping clopping barefoot.
Oh my God.
Toenails and heel, I'm hearing.
Is that a woman in heels coming down the hallway? No.
Those toenails are looking rugged.
Ugh. Oh God.
I'm actually pretty good about keeping up with my toenails because I hate the feeling of having like sock fabric catching on toenail.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, the very first time that one snags on a sock or on a bed sheet, it's like, fucking, where's the clipper?
I remember in undergrad, so this is like 18 years ago now that I think about it, roughly. I had a bunch of classes with this rando dude, didn't know who he was, fucking chubby, 5'6", total stoner vibe. Every day wore a bucket hat, fucking beat up t-shirt, board shorts, flip-flops, and his fucking toenails had wrapped around the toe so much you could no longer see the end of the toenail. It looked like he had like fucking little rubber finger gloves on each toe. They were so around the toe.
What the fuck?
Insanity.
Why live like that?
Imagine wearing open-toed shoes. The confidence it takes.
Oh.
The fucking delusion. Like,
Yeah, that's what it is. It's not confidence. It's mental illness.
fucking button that bucket hat on, just knowing that ties it all together. Look at me now. Picture me rolling.
I can see you taking on a bucket hat lifestyle.
Boy, this head's big enough. I don't need to draw more attention to it. I stocking hat or beanie, whatever the fuck you want to call it.
I've seen you in a beanie.
Yeah. If it's a big enough one that can fit my head, I love it. I can't wear it inside because I'm a hot boy. I know some people, it's part of their look. I can't do it. I'm uncomfortable.
Likewise, yep.
And hats, you get me in like I fucking love trucker hats because they're the ones that fit my fucking head. Like a regular fitted ball cap, I look so fucking dumb in because it sits on the top of my head like I'm the luckiest boy in the fucking first grade. You know, like your fucking dad showed up again and bought you a nice baseball hat. And you're super excited about it. Like this sits on the top of my fucking head. I look so goddamn dumb.
Doesn't come down past the crown. Just sits up top like a yarmulke.
Yeah, just the slightest breeze and it's fucking gone.
Oh, I lost another hat.
A trucker type hat, I can get 2 buckles to snap usually.
Oh,
2 snaps.
really?
I'm a 2 snap boy sometimes.
I haven't had a snapback that'll snap in fucking
No shit. See, my
25
head's,
years.
It's girthy, but it's the length of my head. Ear to top of my skull is
the height.
insanity.
Yeah.
The height.
Okay.
Yeah. Fucking bananas. But I can get a couple snaps. Sometimes I've found a cool like vintage hat at like a fucking says that's a cool hat. And fucking just one snap, you can't roll with one snap.
No.
That's where you gotta have 2 for some structural integrity.
Yeah, if only one snap snaps, then you got to throw that hat away because it doesn't fit.
I would if I got super skinny, my fucking head would be so abnormally large for my body. Makes no fucking sense.
I think we should do this. Yep.
Just fucking get into that Christian Bale machinist, eating half an apple and a can of tuna and 3 packs of Marb Reds.
Yep.
Oh man, you're getting healthy now. I want to see what my head looks like on a fucked up little body. I'm gonna put the weight on.
It's gonna come back.
It's really a science experiment.
You're like Jeff Goldblum in The Fly. I just want to see how my body changes.
I think maybe he drank coffee too.
Coffee, tuna, and apple. Yep,
coffee, tuna, apple, tons of heaters.
Yep. It was 1 cup of coffee, 1 apple, and 1 can of tuna.
Fuck me, that's not a lot of food.
No. Can you imagine?
I almost think it was half an apple too. I was thinking half an apple, can of tuna, heaters, and coffee. The heaters as the appetite suppressant, I've always heard people that smoke.
Oh, yeah, yep. That's why people who quit smoking
put on
gain weight.
Yeah, because you're inhaling toxic fumes doesn't make you have a hearty appetite.
Oh, can you, like, if I ate an apple, a can of tuna, and a cup of coffee, I'd be hungry in 15 minutes. Like,
if I'm drinking the right coffee is an appetite suppressant too. Because it just kind of I'm always vaguely nauseous with some coffees.
That's the thing. I can only drink so much of it.
Yeah.
And I can drink a lot of it, and I do, but even I have a limit.
Let's say you got an office job. Unlimited coffee that you like. It's easy to get to, right by your desk.
Sure.
How much you drinking a pot a day?
Nah, probably not. I'm going to say like 6 cups, half a pot.
Yeah. I'd say I'm 3/4 a pot.
Yeah.
Oftentimes.
I'll go harder on occasion, but standard 6 cups of coffee.
Okay.
And throughout the day,
There are some people that like 2 cups of coffee affects them so radically that that's like it's like fucking doing acid at Burning Man. Like you got to prep for it.
Yeah, you know what those people are called? Normal, healthy people.
Right? Yeah.
You shouldn't have a caffeine tolerance that lets you drink a pot of coffee.
Don't have bovine-esque internal organs. Their tiny little human hearts can't handle it. Barely even registers a blip on mine. That's one thing that's changed with age. When I first started drinking coffee, I could drink 4 cups of coffee at midnight, and if I was tired, I could still go to bed by 1.
Oh, really?
Now, if I can like, fuck you, goddamn idiot. Be a work night, and I'm wide awake at 5 a.m. because I drank 3 cups of fucking coffee.
If I as a general rule, try not to drink caffeine after noon. And I've gotten more caffeine sensitive as I've gotten older.
Yeah.
Like I used to be like you, fucking slam a Red Bull and go to bed.
Yeah. It tastes good.
It does taste good.
I can get it, but there's just like a uneasy chemical flavor to energy drinks that stops me from really diving in.
I kind of love it. I kind of love like that's the flavor I want is chemical.
Yeah. Tastes like medicine. Yum yum.
Tastes like kiwi and pennies.
How little plant product do you think there is in a Bang energy drink?
Oh man.
I mean, it's so
I'd be
little.
shocked if there's water in there.
It's all fucking DuPont chemical extract.
Yep. But that's how it's supposed to taste.
Figured out how to make a petroleum-based liquid that's cheaper than water.
Yeah, it's oof. Like I won't say that energy drinks are good, but I will say that I like them.
Yeah.
So
you're not going to apologize for
no,
it.
I'm not. And now you got companies getting buck wild with their flavors. You can Ghost makes a fucking Swedish fish flavored
I've
energy
seen
drink
that sitting on the shelf before.
that I really like.
Do they nail the flavor?
Yeah.
No shit.
Their Warhead one is good, although I don't really care for sour things, but I had to try, Yeah, we're living in the golden age of energy drinks, Nathan.
God, yeah. Look, and here I am not taking advantage of it.
Yeah, you're fucking up.
I am fucking up. Hey, guess what, Marlon?
What's that, Nathan?
We are boldly entering into a new season of The Simpsons.
We are a freshie fresh one.
33.
Oh boy,
Doing
here we are.
September 2021. Never forget. 20th anniversary of 9/11.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
You're just gonna go right past it, weren't you?
Of course I was.
Sad excuse for a patriot. Never forget.
That's the music we should have been singing this season is 9/11 songs.
Oh my God, where were you when the world stopped turning?
Courtesy of the USA or Red, White, and Blue.
Lee Greenwood they marched his dumbass out there to fucking sing God. Oof, that's a rough song.
Yeah, that song sucks.
God, have you seen him lately?
No.
That dude is not going fucking quietly into that fucking.
Is he leaning into the cosmetic surgery?
He looks like a Mad TV parody of Lee Greenwood having too much plastic surgery.
Okay.
Fucking, it is wild.
Do all those country music stars go to the same bad plastic surgeon?
I just don't think, you would think beards would lend themselves to plastic surgery because it helps cover.
Sure.
Fuck, it doesn't though, boy. Maybe what it is the beard looks so normal, your goddamn fucking cuckoo bird eyeballs that stick out way too far just seem so weird. Maybe your whole face needs to be weird and then it's more normal.
I'm convinced Kenny Rogers and Travis Tritt went to the same one, because Travis Tritt looks, I don't know if you've seen Travis Tritt lately. Motherfucker looks like somebody's aunt. Like, Travis Tritt is in Trouble.
Travis Tritt for a while too couldn't say no to the long hair because that's his look. But I'm sure cause that motherfucker got long ass hair. But then he decided to get like that jawline bob. It's like, well, you look like a soccer mom, bro.
Yeah.
Like, Jesus Christ, do something different. Like, and I know the heartache of that. A couple times I cut my hair off to donate. They just cut off your ponytail, you know. So I had that fucking Ramona Quimby fucking jawline bob. Like, the fuck? Put that hair up in a hurry. Don't let that hang low. That's what he's out there fucking trying to fucking play at county fairs with a haircut like that.
Jesus Christ.
Wear a wig if anything.
Yeah, get extensions, Travis.
Do something, yeah.
Yeah, Travis Tritt looks like hell.
Take the wig off at the end of the show. It's all fucking good.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, look at fucking Mark Chestnut. He's get a little older, a little fatter. We all do.
Is he just aging?
Just puts that cowboy hat on, sings some damn good songs. Out there getting the same haircut as his fucking wife.
We should all aspire to be Mark Chestnut.
What would Mark Chestnut do? Explaining that to a fucking stranger in the airport with the bracelet you're wearing. In troubled times, I look to the music of Mark Chestnut for inspiration.
Sir, go away.
Bubba shot the jukebox. Yes, many more. It sure is Monday.
I don't care for either of those songs.
Oh, really? He's got a few bangers, yeah. They're not my favorite, but I enjoy them. I don't celebrate the entire catalog, but...
And then the frontman for Sawyer Brown, I think he just went bald like a normal guy.
He did, and just
I
fucking...
think so.
He was always a hat guy to begin with, so he could fucking
kind of a
roll with it.
silly hat. He wears a different hat.
Silly man. He
Yeah.
didn't take... I think that was part of the charm of Sawyer Brown. They never took themselves too seriously. So they're the kind of group that could convincingly have the fun, goofy songs.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Because it kind of felt like it fit him. Same with Joe Diffie. Joe Diffie had a lot of fun, goofy songs. You ever see that tweet that came out after Joe Diffie died? Pour one out. Joe Diff, like one of the first victims of COVID. Some woman that is not a parody account, as far as I can tell, on Twitter, just commented on his obit thing about fucking him after a county fair show before he was famous.
Amazing.
And just like, he had the biggest dick I've ever seen. And she commented, "Haven't got an extra 10 inches tonight, R.I.P. Joe Diffie."
Holy shit.
And as far as I can tell, it is not a fucking joke account.
That's amazing.
I just like the idea of this woman recollecting that time in 1990 when fucking Joe Diffie fucking split her in two like a Christmas goose. It has been fondly looking back at that all these years, then saw on fucking headline news that he had passed away.
And she was taken back to the midway that fateful night at the fair.
Strawberry wine days. J-Diff, we got to talk about it.
Getting her back broke like Batman out behind the fucking smoked almonds vendor on the midway.
Every year checking the local paper to see if he's coming back to the fair. I bet towards the end, once his star started to fade, she renewed hope. Oh, he might play a county fair.
He might be on his way back down. Yeah.
Will he remember me?
Can you make me a promise? If I go before you, will you tell everybody that I had the biggest hog you've ever seen?
I saw him blowing himself at a county fair in 1999.
Well,
That's too young.
Let's spitball. Let's,
yeah, that might have been illegal. I just witnessed it. I didn't coerce you to do it.
Yeah, but I feel like you're taking the thing I want to be remembered for and saddling it with a lot of other horse shit that I don't.
He was barely doubled over. That's how big that hammer was. Didn't even seem to be grunting. Was really into it.
Standing straight upright.
Like a chubby kid playing the clarinet. Haven't got a new deviant tonight.
Rest in power, King.
So, yeah, we'll beta test it.
Yeah, well, let's keep spitballing ideas. Whew. Yeah, season 33 of The Simpsons. Where, for old time's sake, where were you in September of the 2021?
We're at a point now where I could have been where I'm sitting right now doing this exact same thing.
Yep.
How fourth
100%.
wall is that?
Yep. It even airs on Sundays, which is when we usually record these. So
Very good point.
there's a good chance that you were sitting right there drinking a Miller Lite.
Well, fat as shit.
Yeah, we're here. We caught it. We caught the show.
Did.
Because 34 is on television right now.
You can watch that every Sunday on Fox. But who'd want to do that? Wait and watch it with us.
Exactly.
Well, since we are caught up, there are not a whole lot of exciting notes about season 33. The only one that I found I thought worth noting is that there were plans in season 33 to bring back Apu. Because Apu has now been off since 2017.
Yeah, we haven't seen, we'll see him in the background every so often, but he hasn't been featured in a fucking long time.
He'll be like in a booth in a diner in the background. Yeah. It's like, but apparently it didn't happen because Matt Groening was said to, we have to see if we can make the stories work. And I'm assuming if that's what was written, they didn't make the stories work.
Yeah.
I feel like this would be, hey, Apu's back in season 33.
This is one of those things where it's like, is this better? Is it better that he's just not on the show at all? Is that what you wanted?
I don't know. I miss him. He's a good character.
Yeah, he was a
Damn
great
good character.
Him and Manjula and the 8 kids.
Yeah. He's one of the more dynamic. We've learned a lot about Apu because he's been here since pretty much day one.
Yeah, he's gotten a lot of his own episodes, you know?
The shit with his brother and that time with his brother's son running the business and then with his wife and all the kids.
Yeah. And as a result, we also don't see the Quickie Mart anymore, ever.
That's a good point. We never go in the Quickie Mart.
No, it's a weird thing.
Hell,
I get it, but also I don't know that this is better, right?
We can't remove Apu from our history. He's too beloved.
Right, we can't whitewash Apu.
If you get in all sorts of trouble doing that. They just make him white with a blonde haircut.
Oh, boy. Yep, that's not what I'm suggesting.
Welcome to Quickie Mart. My name is Apu. How may I assist you? It's like some kind of automated phone voice.
It's like Dave Chappelle's white voice, white guy voice. Who's Renee Zellweger? Or no, that's never mind. Well, let's see how we're doing in season 33, episode 1, the star of the backstage. Nathan, right off the bat, this episode is terrible.
My comment, first one, woof. Next comment, this is a rough one.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy, too much singing. Jesus Christ. Oh, my God.
Let's get into it. We are at a funeral for Franklin Chase, who was apparently Marge's theater teacher, theater professor, whatever.
Do you think we've seen him before?
I don't. He didn't strike me as familiar, but
I feel like usually when we're in this situation, it's the theater guy that John Lovitz does the voice of.
Right.
Because I was like, is this a character we've seen multiple times? But no, I don't
But
think
he's
so.
like Marge's age, that theater guy.
Oh, good call.
He's the theater director in current times.
Because I was like, are we killing off a character that's actually existed? Because that's rarely happened on this show.
Right.
Unless it was because of a death, like Mrs. Krabappel. The only one I can think of is I think they have officially killed off Dr. Marvin Monroe.
Think so?
Yeah.
Think he's really
We
dead?
got the memorial booth now.
Oh, right, the memorial booth.
Which I wonder what the decision making. Why get rid of him? Just because it's kind of funny, I guess. Because he was featured heavily in the early days.
Yeah, and then his status was went back and forth a time or two on whether or not he's alive or not.
Yeah, exactly.
This was Marge's high school theater teacher. They did Marge's high school is in the 90s.
Mm-hmm. Nice to notice that. Yeah. I am older than Homer Simpson right now.
Oof.
Easily.
How's that feel?
Because Homer's like 38, 37.
Okay, sure.
I think. Which he should actually be younger than that if if we're to believe that they were a young pregnancy.
I don't know that you should stare at this all that much.
Because I thought like Marge was right out of high school. That's why she didn't go to college, because she got pregnant. But Homer and Marge knew each other in high school.
Right.
So like Homer should be like 32. Yeah, what are we going to fucking...
Buddy, I don't...
We're going to fucking...
I don't...
Bust our brains with Simpsons math?
Right. I'm not doing any Simpsons math today. It's not happening. They did in high school a Y2K musical, and then we get a song.
We sure do.
Where it's Marge celebrating that she was the stage manager, which I thought was a funny joke, like, because no one like strives to be the stage manager, I don't think. Yeah. But it's also funny because that's the job Marge would be good at, you know, when it comes to a theater department. So,
and what we see is she is good at it.
Yeah, very. We have a long song, and her singing voice is Kristen Bell. Kristen Bell does her singing voice.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, I identified that pretty immediately from Frozen.
Oh, fuck, I forgot that. Yeah, she's in that, yeah.
During this song and dance number, Lenny breaks a hip, and during the song, they decide we're gonna do it again because we were all the theater kids, and
we're all here.
Yeah, so we're gonna do it again, and now that we're older, it's like Smithers, Hibbert, Lovejoy's wife,
Kirk Van
Houten, Lenny, Marge. But Lenny breaks a hip during this because Lenny's old now, and Homer steps in because, of course.
Yeah, got to get him in there.
So Homer's going to take his place. They just need to get Sasha, who was in the play back in high school and then went off to New York to be a big Broadway music star, and she's here. Sasha shows up, and she gets a song, too.
Of course she does.
About where she's been this whole time and how great her life has been, and that she's a great big Broadway star. Marge is just trying to do her job, like, hey, let's work on our blocking, let's go through lines, but Sasha just takes the entire cast and bails. Like, we should go to my place for the lake for the weekend instead.
Like a bonding thing.
Yeah, that's what they do. I don't know this actress. I forget her name, but I know she's on... what's that Netflix show? Lady was in a sex cult.
Oh,
it's a comedy.
Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt.
There you go. Yep. Yes, this lady is from that. I watched the first season of that show when it was new and really liked it, and then promptly forgot it existed.
It's good, damn good.
Yeah, I should go back.
There you go. Never too late.
My next note is, oh, good, Kurt gets a song, too. Kirk Van Houten sings a song, and over the course of that song, they talk about how great a times they all had, and Marge doesn't remember any of these times, and Marge is slowly realizing that they're not her friends, and she had always got left out. So Marge, not having this... does some research off screen, comes back with a song of her own about how Sasha is a fucking liar, that she's not on Broadway, that she never made it and works at a fucking Sephora.
That's a nice touch.
Sasha goes running off crying, but now the cast is all mad at Marge, I guess.
Yeah. And I get it. Like,
we even pointed out a couple of times that, like, hey, even though she lied to all of us and she sucks, we're mad at you. Like, they make that joke a couple of times, and I'm like, I don't see why anyone's mad at Marge.
I can a little bit if you really want, like, you know, if you got an MVP point guard for your basketball team who's heads and tails better than everyone else, if winning is the main goal, you'll let him get away with some transgressions. We're not teaching these people life lessons.
You belong in the 40s. NCAA.
Yeah, right. The ends justify the means.
You sound like you're willing to excuse a lacrosse team for some pretty fucking bad shit.
I couldn't prove any of it. Those boys are innocent.
Oh, boy.
The lacrosse boys are good boys.
No, you have to stop. You have to stop.
It was
coming to the defense of the lacrosse boys.
Well, did you ever hear all that was like recanted and shit?
Oh, no.
Like they sued the fuck out of Duke, those kids.
Oh, I never did.
Yeah. See, that's why they sued and they won, because they're 40-year-old men now that everyone assumes are rapists.
Yeah.
It's like a beef. Let's turn this into a legal podcast.
I kind of just proved exactly the point you were trying to make. Whoopsie doodle. Don't you hate when that happens? So the cast is all mad at Marge. Now Homer gets a song. They're at home, and he's like with the kids, and he does a song to the kids about what the proper way is to tell your wife that she's wrong about something, and I'm done with the songs. Marge goes down to Moe's to apologize because I guess Sasha and Barney are there because Sasha and Barney used to have a thing.
Yeah, it's so great.
And that's fun. So Marge apologizes, and then they do the show, and Marge is all feeling a little proud of herself for bringing this all together, but also feeling left out. And that's when a couple of like current high school theater nerds come up and like want to hang out with Marge because she's like a legend in the stage manager circles.
That was kind of nice, at least. That
was a sweet ending.
Marge got a little shine, so the ending was okay. And getting Barney's always good, but my God, bereft of laughter.
Oh, this episode was tough.
So little laughter.
I was like, boy, I hope these get better.
Yeah.
Like I was, whoo boy.
This was rough. Did you ever get into much acting as a kid?
We only ever had the high school would do one play every spring.
Yeah.
And like I would do that like sophomore through senior. I did that for sure and enjoyed it. Outside of that, it was what's the church one that you do around Easter time?
Christmas?
No.
You got to go to church more often. You know, the baby and the bearded man.
Oh God! Not Stations of the Cross. What's the play that you do?
Oh, the Passion Play.
Yes, the Passion Play. There we go. Like I did that all through.
Oh no shit!
All through always.
How about like Christmas? Did you guys do a Christmas play?
I don't think so.
Man, Catholics just are weird.
A Christmas play sounds a little too joyous for the
I was
Catholics.
just gonna say,
But they make sure and do the one where somebody eats it.
Yeah,
you know,
a 8-year-old boy wrapped in bloodied garments and being whipped with reeds.
Yeah, they don't miss that one for
Everyone's
nothing.
taking pictures of their kids. Like,
Yep.
Look at Christopher.
Look at how Jesus-y he is. Yeah, no, I received some manner of praise for my Pontius Pilate my senior year.
We're able to pull off the air of authority.
Yes. 100%. I was able to speak firmly and project.
As Pontius Pilate would.
Yeah. The most popular kid got to be Jesus because that's just how that goes.
Works, yeah.
Never mind the fact that he was he was like second only to me in terms of weight.
Really?
But, yeah.
No shit.
But he was a stud.
Didn't have that Jesus build.
Yeah, just this fucking look like you're hoisting Scott Norton up on the goddamn cross.
Better be floor joists we're using.
We need to cast more Romans to put it up. An open casting call for there's 40 Romans on stage.
I got an old Alice Chalmers tractor. Got to hook to a PTO to pull it up. Someone didn't lock the tires in.
Oh God. Yeah. How about you? I could see you getting into a theater thing.
Yeah, I did as a little kid, mostly church. And then we did a school Christmas thing. I did that a few times, little kids. But
okay.
Then when I got chunky, I got too self-conscious. And I don't want to. That's
how you eliminate it, is you go up on stage and here I am, everybody.
I don't think it would have. Lurk in the shadows.
You go on stage now all the time.
Yeah, and it took till I was in my mid-30s.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. That's fair.
Should have done it 20 years ago.
That kind of thing's never bothered me. Get up on stage, never bothered me. No. I
just rode the finest line of not having the worst adolescence ever. I had it pretty good for a fat kid.
Yeah.
But I had to do a lot of maneuvering to make sure that the status quo stayed okay. A lot of balls in the air.
Yep, had to keep a lot of plates spinning all at once. Maintaining the perfect levels.
The amount of work it took for me not to be self-harming right now. Really did a A+ job there.
Yeah. The amount of compensating you had to do to make sure that the rest of your school didn't have a counselor having to come to school one day and put on a lyceum about grief.
I never got one wedgie that I remember. Think of that.
Really?
Think of that. Yeah.
Oh, now you're bragging.
Yeah. Not that the wedging was a whole big thing, but it had to have happened. Like,
I for sure got wedgies as a little kid. They phase out at some point. But
looking back, like, I think you would have gotten teased so much by your peers. Like, just grab a little boy's underwear. Like, would you put your hands in his pants? Fuck is wrong with you? Touching little boy on the bus? You touching boys on the bus?
you getting after the bus boys? Is that what you're doing?
They can't run for help? You fucking weirdo. Quit touching. Yeah, like, picture, like, well, I wasn't a dick, but, like, the idea of grabbing a kid that's younger, like,
nope.
Jesus, that's weird. Like, those guys had some pent up things. They were praying a handsome man would give them a wedgie someday. Yeah. Just want to feel safe. Large man's arms.
But I can't.
So just give this 9-year-old boy another wedgie.
Oh, how nice it would be.
Why don't I ever get picked?
And we didn't really bully down in my school. At least when we were the seniors. The class above me definitely bullied down.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it, every other class definitely bullied down. But we didn't really. We kept it amongst ourselves.
You were getting run down by kids 4 years younger than you. They tire you out like when coyotes attack a elk. They just work you down. You'd collapse in the snow on the playground, and they'd give you a lying down wedgie. A 9-year-old boy sitting on your back, pulling on your underwear. You're fucking so out of it, you don't even fucking react.
No.
You just flail your arms weakly a little bit.
Just sweating.
Your classmates are in class witnessing that. Eyes to the front, kids. Eyes to the front.
Letting out weak, exhausted little elk bleats.
You have a few false starts as you try to get up. Couple fucking weak-kneed steps right back in the snow. We're going to call a janitor. He'll get that wedgie out for him.
Oh, my God. The idea of being bullied by somebody 4 years younger than you.
A fucking janitor nonchalantly puts a foot on your back and just slides a square-headed shovel down the back of your pants. Get the wedgie out.
Oh, my God. Yeah,
it's fun growing up.
The fucking kids below us, especially once you get into like 3 or 4 years below us, had no fucking... Like, they knew you couldn't kill them, so they had that fucking confidence. And they would talk such shit and be like, motherfuckers, if we had acted like you're acting.
I watched a kid, he's fucking 16 years old, palm strike my 8-year-old cousin's head into the window of a school bus so hard, I guarantee he got a concussion from it. It was fucking piston or E-Honda fucking palm strike speed. Getting my Asian cartoon fighters mixed up. It was like, my brother was like my first or second day on that bus. Like, oh, fuck me. I'm just sitting forward and staring straight ahead.
Yeah.
Like,
hands on your knees.
Yeah.
But then you don't want to do that either because that makes you a target also.
Yeah, you're the weird kid that ain't talking.
Yeah. You can't win.
Yeah, there's no way to win on a school bus.
No.
You win by getting old.
Yeah.
It's just a war of attrition.
It's the fucking Wild West on a goddamn school bus.
Just a hungover farmer driving you home. Just sweating out last night's vodka. Up to episode number 2, Bart's in jail. Episode begins with Grandpa and the rest of the olds getting their Social Security checks and making it fucking rain.
I really liked that scene
Yeah.
of them getting their security checks. And I love the setup. It's them like in the fucking 30s at the Springfield meatball factory. And then them getting their checks and being like, what? They took Social Security out? I don't need no Social Security.
I'll be rich.
Yeah, and then it cuts to modern time.
And when they're celebrating in modern times, did you notice the music playing?
Fuck yeah, I did.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think I am.
Go on.
That is Shane O'Mac's music, right?
Fucking A, it is. That is Shane McMahon's entrance music.
Good pull.
As soon as you hear that, here come the money, I was like, fucking get out of here. Really?
With the way that the WWE holds on to shit, I'm surprised they're able to get the rights to it.
I wonder if there wasn't some manner of handshake because SmackDown's on Fox now.
Oh,
I wonder if that doesn't make it a little easier.
I guarantee that's what it was, that they have a working relationship.
But at this point, SmackDown's been on Fox for a few years, so I'm surprised they didn't pull that trigger beforehand. But it's so perfect. Like, because that song kind of whips ass. That song's kind of good.
Yeah, to the point I was like, oh yeah, this isn't just a regular song. This is a wrestling song, because wrestling songs notoriously shitty back in the day, at least. Like,
as we demonstrated 20 fucking seasons ago.
Who's all the memory check here? Who all did we sing? Shane McMahon's intro.
No, we didn't do
Or no,
Shane.
I mean,
We did Vince.
Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels,
Vince. Jericho.
Did we do Hogan? Real American.
Oh, yes. And Dusty Rhodes.
Okay. Huh, yeah.
Poof. Ask me to remember anything else.
Yeah, you pulled those off quick.
Oh, boy.
So while he's at home relaxing after a long day of extravagance, I guess would be a way to put it, he's back at whatever the name of his old folks home is. He's just enjoying a little quiet time when the phone rings and he gets a call from a kid that sounds kind of somewhat like Bart.
Yep, sounds like Bart.
Believable enough.
Yep.
And it's, hey, Grandpa, I got in trouble, this and that, I need your help. And then the voice of an authoritative figure, your grandson was arrested for vandalism. If you don't, we need your help. If you can pay this much, you don't get a number right away. You can keep him, because if not, he's going to have to go to big boy jail.
Yeah.
And Grandpa, the dutiful grandfather he is, okay, we can't let that happen. He goes to what's supposed to be Western Union, and it's full of elderly people getting scammed. I was just thinking, like, what the fuck does Western Union get used for?
Yeah. And
nowadays?
I think it's Best Western Union, like money, sending money and hotel, I think is the sign. I think they made a joke there.
Yeah. Yep. Good call. Yeah. And I think because he doesn't drive, he got a ride there on a taxi or whatever.
Taxi, yep.
And on the way back, he's feeling kind of good about himself. He did a good thing. And that's when he sees fucking Bart playing soccer with a bunch of kids. He gets out, gives him a big hug, and Bart's like, what the fuck is going on? And he's like, oh, I'm so happy that you didn't have to go to jail. And he's like, what are you talking about, Grandpa? I've not been in jail. And that's when Grandpa realizes he's been duped. Man, I worked in a call center for a long time. I talked to so many old people that were just so disorientated. Like there were we'll be like, hey, I need the number on the back of your card, 3-digit number on the back of your credit card, which that's become a pretty big thing now.
Sure. Yeah.
I was working there when that was first introduced, which it's like, what? There's a number on the back, but it's pretty clear when you turn it around. I would just be like, please look, there's a little box. You can't buy anything without that number. I guarantee no less than 20 times a flustered elderly person just started rattling off their social security number. Like, don't do that. Don't do that.
Don't give that to people.
Don't do that, please and thank you.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. So good.
Yeah, they don't. I always feel bad when you hear about fucking old people getting scammed.
Yeah.
It's like they're easy targets.
Yeah, they just want to talk. So many people I talked to just wanted to talk to somebody. You know?
I'll bet.
And the temptation was just stay on the line, let them prattle on for half an hour as I fucking watch wrestling bloopers on YouTube with the volume down. Then you get a talking to, hey man, how come your phone calls are 40 minutes long? He bought $14 in vitamins. A lot of questions, sir.
Because I realized I hadn't seen the Sid Vicious leg break in a while, so I had to watch that.
I wanted to watch it from many different angles, so it took a while.
Way at the end of the spending spree at the front of this episode, they get fucking Grandpa played cribbage, and I love cribbage, so I was so excited to see cribbage on the television.
Did you clap?
Yeah, I did. I was like, yay!
I like that.
And I like that Jasper goes, that's good cribbage. Like, as if it's a spectator sport.
That was good. We got a lot of Jasper right away. Boy, we don't see much Jasper anymore.
No. I feel like the only other old person we see with any manner of consistency is like the old Jewish guy.
Yeah.
Like he gets lines.
I think old Jewish guy's taken a lot of Jasper screen time.
I think so too. Yeah.
And early on, Jasper was always Abe's friend, but kind of also his rival in ways.
Yep.
That's a part of the show we don't see as much of anymore.
I suppose Molman is another old that we get.
Yeah.
You know.
Apparently lives on his own. That's one thing about him.
Yeah, he doesn't live at the old folks'
He ain't at the home.
No, he's out there living.
So they bring Grandpa back to the house to tell the family what happened. He's very down on himself for it. And Homer just assumes, it's no big deal. It can't be that much. And he lets him know it was $10,000, which Homer fucking flips shit over.
His cribbage winnings.
Yeah, that's what it was.
10 grand.
Cribbage hustling, winnings. Yeah.
You ever play cribbage?
No, I hate.
Can you tell I want to just talk about cribbage?
Just gonna say, sounds like a spinoff podcast. Cribbage Talk with Marlon, taking live calls about cribbage.
Oh my god!
Just sitting in front of a landline with a red light that never lights up, just waiting for calls on cribbage.
Yep, that's not a podcast. I think that's a live.
That's
stream.
Right. Yeah, your average cribbage player. What do you think? 79, 80?
It's probably close.
Yeah. So yeah, they are a radio people.
Yeah.
The podcast is not for them.
Oh God, I should try and get back into AM talk radio just to do a cribbage show.
Oh my God, that would be incredible. It catches on, gets syndicated. The voice of cribbage, Marlon Wells.
I got my own signature cribbage boards, the way guys get a signature bat.
Your signature in the bottom. A little fucking caricature of you giving a thumbs up.
I'm pretty into that.
So they end up, Grandpa's kind of in a funk and Homer's being fucking shitty. So Marge sends them to like a therapy group for the victims of scams. There's a fucking scene because it's like there's a handful of faces you recognize. Fucking Mo goes, I should have known that I wouldn't meet the real Melissa Joan Hart on an online billiards forum.
Ridiculous.
So fucking, that is some like such a great celebrity selection there.
Yep.
Like famous but not too famous.
And where you would meet her. Like
online billiards forum.
Like if you take out the name of the place and Mad Lib it, that is so good.
Fuck me, I laughed. While at the session, fucking Homer, because he's so fucking petty, blames Grandpa for falling for it, and everyone there rightfully joins Grandpa's side, and like no shaming here, and they kick Homer out of the meeting.
Homer has been terrible this whole time from the word go. As soon as he found out it was $10,000, this is peak shit ass Homer.
Yep, and they're really and the rest of the family feels for Grandpa.
Yep.
And Homer gets home and the family's justifiably pissed at him, as they fucking should be. Because they know he's a fucking, not only is he being a jerk, they know he's a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
This could easily happen to him, and we find out it fucking did. I can't think of the name of the company. It's a cutlery company.
Cut Life, I think. Yeah. Because it's supposed to be Herbalife.
Yeah. Oh, good pull. Yeah. So the fucking garage is full of knives and boxes and boxes, crates and crates of knives. And he's like, no. Like, I don't sell the knives. You sell the knives for me. It's like, and they're like, you are trapped in a fucking pyramid scheme, you idiot.
When he's explaining all that, like Lisa just has her head down with her face in her hands and is just shaking her head back and forth throughout his entire explanation out in the driveway.
But they are able, just like with Homer, he goes from being very aggressively defiant to just like shameful and like just he's like sobbing. He realizes he has been duped.
Yeah,
and then he realizes I gotta go apologize to fucking Abe. So that's what they do. They pile into the fucking car and so Homer can kind of like fucking make amends with his dad. While they're there though, they get there's a phone call from the scammer on. What is Abe's phone called again?
It's supposed to be a jitterbug.
Yeah.
I think it's called a geezer bug.
Yeah, that sounds right.
We should get you one of those just for fun.
Just like 3 buttons on it. 3 faces.
Like people are all for People are all about like ditch your smartphone for a dumb phone because it's you'll be happier.
Yeah.
Which, hey man, I bet you're onto something. And when you do make that switch, make it a jitterbug.
God, that would be a bold choice.
It's just like, what? Who would you even pick for your three faces?
And like, they don't even have to be like people. It could be like a picture of your mom, a picture of a hamburger, and like a picture of like, I don't know what else, like some other business you call a lot. Hamburgers, click, beep, bop, boop, boop, boop.
Hamburgers, please.
Right on it, Mr. Fullsbuck. So Lisa quickly realized, hey, Grandpa, you got to keep them on the line. We're going to record the call, which fucking Grandpa was born to do.
Oh,
that son of a bitch could fucking prattle on like nobody's business. So Grandpa's carried on for literally hours, I think it's supposed to last.
Yep.
And Lisa's like, okay, that's great. I'll take this. And she analyzes it to the point she can figure out. She's like, what does she use for pinpoint? Like,
she hears, I think, a
traffic
roller
noise,
coaster and church bells.
Okay.
I think is what it is.
And she's able to kind of like pinpoint where that building is. And they go there they want justice, goddammit. They pile into one of the Simpsons family cars, and they find it's like just like a nondescript office building.
Yep.
Like in the suburbs, and open it and find out it is full of people in call center cubes making various scam calls. Mo of which is one,
including Mo. Yeah.
They call the cops. The cops do show up. They just tell everyone, hey, everyone go home. And Marge is like, that's it. No one's gonna suffer. Like, Marge, if we shut this down, 5 more will open up tomorrow. Like. There's no point in doing it. And it turns out it's like you can't even really get mad at the employees because like they're working for fucking gift cards.
Right.
Like, they're getting paid minimum wage and fucking gift cards. So
oof, man. That's tough living.
Yep. Holy shit.
I've lived tough. I've never lived gift card payments tough.
Guess we're eating at Extreme Pita this month because that's all I'm getting paid in.
I'm surprised Skinner wasn't in here.
Good call.
You know,
or at least a bunch of the teachers. Yeah.
I'm surprised they didn't take the opportunity to make more of these people the townsfolk.
Yeah, that is interesting. It's basically just Mo.
Yeah, Mo's the only one we recognize.
So before they leave, everyone grabs a bunch of gift cards, which they end up taking a bunch of ones from Zers. We've seen Zers before.
The all appetizers restaurant.
And they fucking gorge themselves on free apps, on gift card apps.
$500. You know how much $500 worth of appetizers is?
Having a thick stack of gift cards and paying for a meal that big with gift cards is so great.
God.
And Marge right away doesn't want to dive in because she knows that those gift cards were used for deception. But eventually she's like, fuck it. I just dive in. And when she dives in, that's when Loki appears. This big jump here.
Yeah, this really goes off the rails for a minute.
An episode that so far has been perfectly fine. Okay.
It's been all right.
Yeah.
It's all right.
And the whole fucking Loki thing fucking carries on. Turns out he's responsible for all the scams in the world, pretty much.
Yeah.
I know he mentions Ticketmaster. And then they ask him, well, what do you want? And he's like, I want the one thing that I want more than anything is to steal like Marge's sense of goodness in her fellow man. Like, trust of her fellow man. Later that night, Marge is filling her car with gas, and Marge overhears a young lady ask, I think it's Superintendent Chalmers, just at the gas pump over, like, hey, I left my purse at home. Could you give me $20 for gas? I swear I'll mail it back to you. And he's like, I've heard that scam before. Mm-hmm. And then fucking Marge overhears all this, and she, has been questioning her belief in people, but she's like, by God, I'm not going to let this one incident ruin my morality. So she gives her $20 with my address, with her address. I'm like, I'm sure you're going to pay me back. And she's, oh, thank you so much, and goes on her way. And Marge just starts checking the mail every day, just hoping that something will appear. And I think it's supposed to be like a week or so later, by God, an envelope shows up with the $20 in it, and like with a note that says, thank you for trusting us.
Yeah.
And in a nice touch, we find out it was fucking Grandpa who did. Like, he had been paying attention, and he mailed that $20 just so Marge could stay who she is.
Which is in and of itself a scam.
Yeah. Which I thought was kind of touching. We get Grandpa in a good light.
Yeah, we do.
Sometimes Grandpa is a shitbag.
Yeah. Sometimes you're like, oh, that's where Homer gets it from for sure.
I think I like this one a little more than you by the tone of your voice there.
I think you did too.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, I don't know, the old people spending thing was cool, and then the grandpa got scammed. How are we going to handle this? But then from the rest of the episode, it was just me being fucking furious at Homer for being such a huge piece of shit. And then, like, all that stuff in the call center with Marge, like, I don't nothing about Marge hit me right.
Yeah, it
and
was
then
I can see why.
That fucking Loki thing is so goddamn dumb.
Yeah, I think just the fucking Melissa Joan Hart thing. I cackled like
got a lot of miles out of that joke.
A good belly laugh gets a lot. You get a big pass for me for a lot, like 'cause they're so rare now. Like, like fuck, like with just the tone of voice is so good. Like, what a fucking way to get catfished. You think Melissa Joan Hart's gonna date you on a billiards online forum?
You met her on a billiards forum.
Just I don't know if you could choose a female celebrity that would fit that joke better than Melissa Joan Hart.
Nope, I don't know that you
so
can.
Good.
I thought the same thing. I was like, this is very funny and extremely well written. This is a perfect joke.
Because if she's famous, but not like I had to stop and think. Wait, oh yeah, Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
Yep.
Yeah. Fuck, but yeah. So there's 8 really good seconds in this episode.
I really liked one of my favorite jokes of the episode, maybe my favorite joke of the episode, is when Grandpa gets to the Simpson house after getting scammed. He walks in and Homer's watching television, and he's watching Punt Zone, which is NFL Red Zone, but only for punts. So you only see punts. And the guy's like, all the action you could want, all the fair catches you could want. And like the camera turns away from the TV, but you still hear it on, and you hear the commentator going, okay, here's a snap, and it's a fake punt. Turn the camera off.
Yeah, that was good. Another thing that you jogged my memory, when the grandpa's real sad and Lisa's like, do you want me to take your slippers and put them in the microwave?
Oh my God.
And he's like, I don't deserve warm feet.
Oh, amazing.
Putting slippers in a microwave is awesome.
And then when he reveals that it was $10,000, it cuts to the kids looking shocked, and Lisa's holding his flippers with big salad tongues.
That was a good touch. Yeah.
Oh my God.
I think there's just enough chuckles to keep me engaged.
There was enough chuckles to make this hit middle of the road.
Not
for
terrible.
Me. Right. Yeah.
You take those out of there though? Oof.
Ooh boy.
That'd have been rough.
That fucking that Loki thing threw me completely off the train. I was like, nope. Nope.
I did the thing where I had to rewind. Like,
did I miss something?
Yep, because it's so jarring. Like, wait, are we some mystical shit now? Like, no, it just happened in this fucking chain restaurant.
Yeah.
And because nothing had been otherworldly up until it just like what really, and then it's not addressed anymore. It's like he doesn't come in at the end. Like
that grandpa moment at the end, like he sent the money to Marge. Like that's nice.
Yeah,
but that also means that other lady fucked Marge over, and that's not. Yeah, not a huge fan.
Both of these I like the touching little ends. But boy, definitely had some flaws. For me, they're very similar episodes, this one and the last one. No, there's too much singing. That's a big strike. And there's no laughs.
Yeah.
Just 3 good laughs versus no good laughs can make a big difference.
Yeah, I'll put this one worlds above that fucking musical one. So,
oh boy.
Oof. Episode number 3 is Treehouse of Horror 32.
Getting up there.
Here we are. Got big old fucking Roman numerals on there. We're rivaling WrestleMania Roman numerals on here. We get a Bambi intro, which was I liked that movie when I was a kid. I don't know if you have any
all that
fondness for that movie,
because we didn't have it on VHS because we didn't have VHS when I was that age. But I think a lot of that shit got re-released to theaters. But I was like 3. I think a lot of my first movies were those movies, but I don't remember.
That was one of the Disney movies we had that came in the big fat plastic case,
clamshell case.
Yeah, we had that one. The Diamond Collection or whatever those were called.
You still got them? Gem Mint 10?
I bet there's some. Really? I think Mom has most of our VHSs, yeah.
No shit.
Yeah.
You have a VCR in your house. Fucking,
no, I'm good.
Have a tape party.
Can you hook up a VCR to a fucking modern television?
I just did.
Oh, of course you
It's an RCA to HDMI converter.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, it happens.
Does that look worth a shit?
It looks like a VCR.
Okay. All right.
I guess
so no.
Yeah. That's what you're getting yourself into. You're ready for how shitty. That's part of the charm.
I'm guessing it doesn't stretch it, right? That's square.
Yeah. God, I can't recall. You're right. I wonder. Got to be a square, right? How could they?
I imagine it defaults to square. You can probably stretch it in your settings if you wanted to and make it really look like garbage. Yeah, it's. God,
that's a good question. I can't picture it now. And my VCR promptly went tits up. So I'm in the hunt for a new VCR.
Why do you need a VCR so badly?
Because, the reason I got into it is because I live next to one of the last remaining video stores. And then when I got my VCR, literally the day I hooked my VCR up, my friend messaged me that they were going out of business. I mean, you've got to be kidding me.
Does that mean they're selling their stock?
Yeah.
You fucking stock up?
I went and checked. My buddy bought a ton of late 90s WWF pay-per-views and shit. So it's like we got all those in the house now. It's kind of want to watch them on the VHS
That's
tape.
fair, yeah.
Like he dropped like $80 on wrestling VHS.
Jesus,
Yeah.
did that buy him 100?
I think I bought him 8.
Jesus, these crooks.
Yeah. They're real protective of their wrestling videos.
I'm sitting here trying not to judge you for your fucking VHS weirdness as you are less than 3 feet away from a fucking $1,300 stereo system for a record player and $4,000 worth of vinyl records. like it's some asshole.
I need to become a VHS snob.
Yes,
have like
you
a
do.
high-end VCR and only owning first pressings of VHS tapes.
Oh, you have no idea how much I support this.
Is that a rental copy? I'll pass.
No, thank you. You're looking for fucking nice boxes. You're getting box reprints.
That'd be good.
Contacting an Etsy store. I need a new box for Death Becomes Her.
Imagine paying a mortgage with that job. Fucking retro printing and fitting VHS boxes. Was that laminated or a matte finish?
Oh, God.
Hey, go home quick and feel your copy of Death Becomes
Is it
Her.
gloss or is it matte? You got to tell me.
Describe the texture.
Send me a photo of the 6th day.
You should go back to school. You should do something better.
Don't tell me what to do, Dad.
Yeah. Just feel some tapes for me. Feel some tapes for your son.
This Bambi intro isn't bad. Bart's Bambi, Marge's mom, and Burns is the hunter, and they do the whole thing. Millhouse's Thumper and gets his fucking head blown off.
Gets demolished.
Frink is an owl who gets murdered. And then they do the thing. You think, the mom got shot, and then poor Bambi Bart is all sad and looking for his mom. But she's fine because Homer and Lenny have murdered Mr. Burns with their antlers.
And they desecrate his corpse a little bit.
Yeah. And eat it?
Yep. That was a nice touch. A little too far.
Something about the idea of a carnivorous deer is terrifying. You know the drill. We get 3 of these. And kinda we don't this time. Number 1, This Side of Parasite. Do you like that movie?
I liked it, didn't love it.
Okay.
I thought it was very good, but some people hands down best movie of the year. It's fine.
A lot of people
good.
fucking really love that.
Yeah.
I've never seen it.
Yeah, it's good.
I've heard it's worth seeing.
Yeah. And it's a lot like this.
Okay.
The idea of someone living in your basement, in a basement you don't know exists.
Okay. And I know it has things to say about class and all that.
Yeah.
But so much like whenever the Simpsons do a parody of a thing I haven't seen before, I assume they get it 100% accurate and that this is what this movie is.
Yeah.
So I feel like I've seen Parasite.
There you go. You don't have to bother.
Yeah. Save myself a rental.
Yeah. On VHS.
Alley-oop.
What do you mean you don't have Parasite on tape? Sir.
The family is dirt poor, living in a fucking basement full of water. Bart becomes a math tutor for a rich family, the Wolfcastle family. We haven't seen Rainier Wolfcastle or his daughter in a long time.
Fuck, good pull.
Remember 100 seasons ago?
Yeah,
When
literally.
we met his daughter?
Yeah. Huh.
So Bart is a teacher for this rich family. I forget exactly the transgression, but Kirk Van Houten gets fired from being an assistant, being an employee of Rainier Wolfcastle, and the whole Simpson family is hired to be. I don't know. Maggie's a landscaper. Marge is a something else. Lisa maybe is a bookkeeper. Like they all work for Rainier Wolfcastle now, and he and his family go away on vacation. The Simpsons immediately kick back. And that shot of Bart pouring champagne down that Hot Wheels track, and it makes the loop-de-loop and then ramps into Homer's mouth. Pretty funny.
Yeah, that was good.
I'll give him that. It's a good visual gag. That's when fucking Kirk Van Houten comes in. It's raining, so he's soaking wet and in a fucking panic, and he pushes the refrigerator out of the way, and they go down this secret staircase. Luann and Milhouse have been living in the basement. In fact, the whole fucking town lives in Rainier Wolfcastle's basement.
That's why I don't want to give anything away, but that doesn't happen in the movie.
Oh.
It isn't the whole village living down there.
Okay. I had assumed. And they all start fighting. They all get pissed at each other. I assume that this is some this is definitely the Simpsons doing class commentary.
Yeah.
I assume this is partially what Parasite has to say, because they're all fighting each other, and then Lisa preaches unity and they ignore her. And they all just keep fighting. There's like a long fight scene of just Simpson characters beating the dog shit out of each other. And then you see kind of the aftermath where the Simpsons have come out, not unscathed, but largely unscathed, next to a huge pile of dead Simpsons characters.
Yeah. Like a mountain, like a 15-foot pile.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's that one. Number 2 is Nightmare on Elm Tree. We're getting a ghost story in the treehouse, which I'm pretty sure is how this all started.
Yep, absolutely it is.
I like that. Homer and Marge are trying to fucking get after it, but Lisa and Maggie come running in because they're scared of Bart's story. And Homer, not going to take this lying down, grabs his axe, heads out to the tree, takes one whack into the tree, and then sits down and falls asleep. Swinging an axe. Hard fucking work.
Oh, my God, yeah. To attempt to cut down a giant, not dead tree would be fucking exhausting.
Anytime there's any manner of axe swinging in any TV show or movie, they make it look easy.
It is not.
It is not easy.
That axe is going to get stuck all the time.
Yep. It's
always fighting
heavy,
Yeah.
and that's not like a natural motion for your body to make.
Nope. Especially cutting sideways, chopping.
Yeah.
Chopping firewoods a little. The gravity can help a little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah. So shout out to our lumberjack listeners.
Yeah. Thank you, lumberjacks.
Forgotten heroes of America.
God, we chopped a lot of wood when I was in high school. Fuck my ass, did we chop a lot of wood. We had like a bad storm come through in my youth and like just demolished a ton of trees. And of course that meant, well, I guess we heat our house with wood now.
Yeah, dead trees, that's the best firewood,
Yeah. So, we're just fucking chopping wood for years until my old man offhandedly once was like, we're not going to use the hydraulic wood splitter. I was like, the what now?
Yeah. Pardon me?
Has had a hydraulic wood splitter sitting in the weeds for probably since before I was born. Well, yeah, but we're going to burn all that gas in the tractor.
Insanity.
You go fuck yourself.
Insanity.
Like, made his life so much harder.
You order a side salad at a cafe, you're paying for the gas to run that for an afternoon.
Yep.
That is not going to burn much gas at all.
Oh, God damn
but
it.
a built character.
No, it didn't.
Where would you be now without that?
Right here.
Yeah.
All it did was make me hate even more
Trees.
No, just like being illogical for the sake of it.
Yeah, if you're blaming the trees, though, that'd be the wrong message to take.
Yeah, exactly.
Fucking trees.
You stupid fucking trees. Just hate Arbor Day.
Just growing all the time.
Always with their leaves.
Photosynth this.
Grabbing my dick,
Choppity
shaking it at a tree. So Homer takes one crack at this tree, sits down, falls asleep. The tree is hit by some manner of mystical lightning and comes to life and is pissed.
Can't blame him.
Because Homer hit it with an axe. The tree comes to life, fucking goes on a tear, wrecks the fucking drive-in. I like the joke where, like, they're watching Guardians of the Galaxy, and he comes over the hill just as Groot says, "I am Groot," and the whole crowd laughs in their cars. He's like, real smooth, real nice, laughing at a mentally handicapped tree.
That was good.
I like that. So he wrecks that place. He fucking goes to a Christmas tree farm and brings all the fucking trees to life. So now we got just an army of massive killer trees.
Nice touch. Tree Rollins in the group.
I don't know.
He was that basketball player.
I mean, yeah, it says his name on his jersey, but I don't know who that is.
I was thinking maybe you would, because he had a weird thing where the last couple, 2-3 years of his career, he was on the Orlando Magic when Shaq was there as a player / coach.
Really?
So he got his basketball card and said like center / assistant coach.
That's wild.
What a weird thing. Like,
did he wear a suit or his uniform?
It would depend if the other centers were healthy. I think there might have been a time he changed mid-game.
That's awesome.
Yep. And sadly, it's been the collective bargaining agreement. It can't happen anymore.
Oh,
because
sure.
like you have to, like you can't, because like I'm sure he got an extra amount of money for being the coach too. It's like, now if you're a player, you're a player.
Players Association doesn't care for that, I'm sure.
Exactly. Yeah. So shout out to Tree Rollins. Bit Danny Ainge in a game. Like took a big bite, like in a big fight, like bit his hand. I think like they were strapping, and all of a sudden his hand just took a huge healthy bite in his. I don't want Tree Rollins to bite me.
No, I don't want anybody.
Easy,
well, I can't say I don't want
7-1.
anybody to bite me, but I can't go.
I don't want to know who I'm picturing right now.
Is it Tree Rollins?
The hamburger helper glove. Oh no, I got into the stroganoff. That must be punished. They help you get on this counter here.
I've never understood biting in a fight. You know how bad I'd have to be losing at a fight to bite somebody?
Yeah.
Like, that's a desperation maneuver.
Danny Ainge can bring out the worst in people.
I guess. We get like a final showdown of the tree folks versus the town folks, and the tree folks, of course, fucking win and make a huge Christmas tree in the center of town out of all the dead bodies.
That was good gory Simpsons graphic.
Yep, agreed. The third one is the Telltale Bart, which is it's a guy, I think it's supposed to be Vincent Price, reading a story to Maggie. It's just a poem about how horrible Bart is.
With that animation that we've seen before.
The Coraline animation, kind of. We have seen that before, haven't we?
Yep.
Maybe in another Treehouse?
Yeah, I can't say for sure. I wonder.
I forget who it is, but it's a guest animator.
Yeah.
And it's just Bart being fucking terrible. There's like a different one for every month of the year.
Yeah.
And then as he gets towards the end of his poem, he starts, you hear him just sounding like strangled, and it cuts back to The Simpsons, where Maggie is strangling him with a goddamn CNC. Not a CNC, because that's the wheel, right? That's the cow says.
Yeah. What is it, though?
It's something with a string, maybe a toy phone of some sort or something like that. And then she just curls up and goes to sleep in her crib. And I remember thinking, is this the end of the episode already? Because that was 3, but no, Nathan. A fourth one.
Because that one was pretty short.
Yeah. We've probably done that before.
Nope.
We've probably done a little.
That is something I should have noted. They did comment on that in the season notes. This is the first time that they've went away from the 3-part Treehouse.
Even in that tree one, Homer mentions at some point, because Lisa's scared and hides in the bed, and he sees Bart up in the treehouse telling scary stories. He's like, oh, let me guess, 3 scary stories, 2 good ones, and a dud in the middle. Like,
being pretty charitable, assuming there's going to be 2 good ones a lot of these seasons.
Yeah, it's not that's a good joke, Homer, but not 100% accurate. I hate to math check your jokes, Homer, but I don't want to be Nathan. Nathan has thoughts on a Wheel of Fortune joke I do on stage.
There's a way to play the game to win, and it involves buying vowels.
You're missing the point that in that scenario, the puzzle is all but solved anyway. You just skip over that detail.
Chastise a man for buying vowels when he doesn't know the puzzle. It's the building blocks of the game.
But I'm saying he shouldn't be on the show
phonics.
to fucking begin with. If he hasn't gotten his shit, we can't do this.
Can't be a Wheel of Fortune. I bet there is a very successful Wheel of Fortune podcast. That show's big.
There's not. Yeah. We should do that.
Strike, because that iron is white hot.
I fucking love Wheel of Fortune. I just watched a TikTok compilation the other day of Snoop was apparently on Celebrity Wheel of Fortune, and it's him. There's whatever it's a newfangled kind of puzzle that they didn't have when I was a kid, where it's just blank board, and then every once in a while a new letter shows up and just hit your buzzer when you know it.
Yep.
And it's just Snoop just duffing like 3 or 4 of these in a row where like every one he says, it's like, that doesn't fit there at all. Snoop.
Do you know how any of this works?
But he's always laughing. He seems to be enjoying himself, so that's good. But it's just like, bro, not even close.
Yeah, the new Wheel of Fortune has a lot of that, where they're doing those quick beep, bop, boop, and you buzz in, get $1,000, I think.
Yeah, something like that.
I kind of like, because even if you strike out in the main games, you can maybe walk home with a couple grand.
Yeah, I think it probably is done for balance as much as it's done for entertainment, because they're fun,
Well, who is the average Wheel of Fortune watcher? A mom. You know what mom's like? Everyone going home happy. Hey, everyone had a good time. Oh, fun.
They don't like when Denise from Santa Barbara goes home with nothing.
They don't like with Jeopardy to this day, second, third, get like fucking rice-a-roni in the version of the home game. I love that about Wheel of Jeopardy. You get dick if you're second or third.
Yep. Second is just first winner, you puds. Here's some fucking rice-a-roni.
Check the date.
I do like rice-a-roni. Our 4th scary story of the Treehouse is Dead Ringer. And it, I recognized the font, and I was like, boy, it is amazing that it took us this long to do The Ring.
Yeah. I bet it's been touched upon before. We've just never had a Ring-centric short.
Yeah, maybe that's it.
Yeah, because that was a huge movie. That movie's 20 years old at this point.
Yeah. That movie, I like that imagery because it's kind of Japanese horror, and I like that imagery of the fucking pale girl and the hair and the stuttery fucking movements and shit. I think that shit's fucking terrifying. Yeah. But I always found the core idea of that story so fucking dumb.
Oh, really?
It's a videotape that you watch and then you die in a week. It's like, fuck you. How about that?
Is that why you don't have a VCR? Every tape you watch, you're so nervous when it starts. Safe.
Please don't be in The Ring. Please don't be in The Ring. I don't want it to be in The Ring. Don't make me watch The Ring.
Yes, Milo and Otis. Here we go.
Hey, I'm just sweating through the previews.
Land Before Time 4. Thank you. Then you're just happy, sitting in front of your TV clapping.
Let's see what Littlefoot and the gang get up to.
I know.
Look out, Sharptooth.
You're like tipping with the action. Oh no! Like you're in a bobsled. You sometimes you fall on your side. Oh, gotta get up. Oh,
I'm so glad this wasn't The Ring.
I don't want to get ringed.
We need tree leaves. Tree stars. That's what it was. Shit. I fucked up. I was balancing so well on my Land Before Time beam, and then I stumbled. The twins, Sherry and Terry, aren't their names?
Yep.
Yeah. Sherry and Terry are there. They're talking to Lisa. Is this the one where they're like, hey, we had a party without you? They hold up that card that says like the annual Don't Invite Lisa party. Jesus.
The twins are jerks.
Those twins are terrible. And they watched a TikTok that kills you in a week, and then they both fucking die.
Get beheaded by fucking Ralphie.
By Ralphie on the swing set. Yeah. I don't know. I don't remember, but like, I don't ever remember getting hit by somebody on a swing. I bet that hurts like a motherfucker.
Oh, I do. I clearly remember.
Walk in front of the swings and get smoked.
I remember doing a thing where you and the person beside you would intertwine your legs. So you basically became a giant swing, and you could have a kid, had to be a little kid, like usually a girl, could sit on your legs and work like a giant ass swing. It's pretty dope. And one time I remember a girl flipping off, and we were going so hard our momentum wouldn't stop, and she kept trying to get up, and we'd fucking brain her. It's like, oh no, I'm sorry, we can't untwine her legs. We're going too fast. Stay down. Please stay down. But she's eating shit every time because she doesn't want to. That's where the mud puddles are, is below the swings. You know,
doesn't want to stay in the mud puddle.
Well, we hit her 3 or 4 times pretty solidly.
Jesus Christ!
Yeah,
she grow up all right, or is she goofy?
I think all right. For last I heard, doing okay. Good for her. She survived.
You ever see like the old swing set with the fucking thick ass plank of wood? How many kids have like eaten shit off the back of a swing and sat up just in time for that plank to come hit them right in the bridge of the fucking
I don't think
nose?
we had any plank of wood seat like in the parks or schools, at least.
Yeah, we didn't have any.
That was
in the
someone's
schools.
house.
Yeah. It's like a bridge plank.
Yeah, you're right. One thing I liked about them is they were like, you felt secure.
You felt safe.
Like,
I didn't like the way that that black plastic seat, it gets too U-shaped.
Yeah.
Like, I'd rather sit on a plank.
Yeah.
I don't need this thing fucking hugging my hips, getting that chain bolt up into your hips.
I think the plank is good for an adult. Which I don't, adults doing that much swinging is troublesome. But like,
I think we could go on swings and be happy as clams.
I'd do some swinging right now.
Yeah,
that's so.
You think you could still do it? The good pumping.
I think
you
so.
Get your legs going
I might
back
get
and
a little
forth.
gassed. But I bet when you're my size, the momentum catches you, boy. You're fucking free and easy.
I bet you're moving.
Yeah.
Yep.
I remember being like, I don't know, late teens and being at a party in a small town, and we're just outside. Like, fuck, there's the town park that no one lives by. And there was a teeter-totter, and there was another big dude there. And we got on it, and we must have been the exact close weight, and we got to teeter-totter together. I was like, this is fucking nice. Look at us teeter-tottering.
That's so wholesome.
Yeah. Man, if there would have been camera phones, someone would have got a picture of 2 drunk fat dudes teeter-tottering.
Just you and another grown adult hefty man.
We're having a nice time. This is nice times.
That's so precious. So the TikTok that kills you in a week, Lisa wants to do something about it. They have Abe watch it, and him just like reciting everything he sees. Back at school, Skinner kind of not hearing any of this, but Willie knows about this fucking video. And he tells the tale of Mopey Mary. I forget what is the catalyst for her throwing herself in the well. She like gets bullied or
Yeah.
I forget precisely what it was, but Mopey Mary threw herself into the well to fucking kill herself, and Willie covered it up.
Yeah. With his, is it squirrel hides he's selling?
I think it's gopher hides. Gopher
yeah.
blankets or something. Like a lemonade stand that sells gopher skins. Lisa watches it. She has to because she needs to know so she can stop it. And that's when she gets the phone call with the spooky voice. We get a joke that she gets put on hold for a while.
Yeah.
Oh, this is what it is. That Mopey Mary got pranked on Valentine's Day. Like she got like a prank Valentine.
That's it.
And so the ring girl crawls out of the television like she does in the movie, comes at Lisa, and Lisa gives her a Valentine's Day card, and now they're friends. But Mary doesn't really care for Lisa. Lisa is kind of a lot and decides that she would rather not be here and dives back down the fucking well.
Yeah, that was a nice touch. Good animation with the well girl too.
Yeah. Good look on Mopey Mary. I'm going to call it a perfectly average Treehouse of Horror.
Yeah, nothing stood out, but nothing was like, oh boy, this is weak.
Totally fine.
Let's check out episode number 4, The Ways We Were.
Are you a Waze man or a Google Maps man?
I did not know Waze was a fucking thing. I thought that was something that they made up for this episode.
No.
So is Waze Apple's map system?
No, because Apple Maps is Apple's map system. I don't know who owns Waze now that I think about
What's the reason never use Waze?
Waze, the big thing that Waze does better, or quote unquote better, depending on which side you view it from, Waze is like constantly checking with other drivers to see, much like Google does, like the way, if you're looking at a Google map and you see, oh, there's a red line because it's going to be fucking slow up here. It knows that because it can see how fast everybody else's phone is moving, you know? So Waze does the same thing, except Waze's big thing is that it'll provide you an alternate route. Like, Waze is kind of always asking you, like, hey, you can save 2 minutes. You want to save 2 minutes? No, man, I'm fine. Yeah. Okay, you want to save 3 minutes? Because this is going to be an hour here. You know, like, I think Waze is way more popular in big cities. Oh,
where that kind of shit adds up.
Yeah, and Waze is also big on user participation. Like, you see a cop, you hit the cop button. You see a fucking traffic crash, you hit the traffic crash button. Speed trap, like, it's big on users playing along with it.
Interesting.
I know a couple of Waze people. I'm a Google Maps person. I've never tried Waze. Google Maps has done me dirty just enough times now, though, that
you'll consider it.
I might consider it.
I'm just so used to the layout of Google Maps.
Me too. But, like, I don't know. Within the last 2 years, Google Maps has led me down a couple of dirty routes that I didn't want to get on.
We've had them during comedy.
Yeah, we had one just a couple weeks ago where it's like, because it's like, here's 3 routes, pick one. And it's like, okay, I want this one. And then we got like 10, 15 minutes down the highway, and it's like, this isn't the one I picked at all. Like, I don't know why you switched.
Why are you making decisions for me? I'm a grown boy.
God damn it. You listen to me, Google.
I can do it. I can do what I want.
Did you recognize this fucking couch gag?
No.
With the wooden castle and the peg people?
Really went on for a while? Yeah. Feels like I just assumed, some fucking critically acclaimed fucking animator of some sort, you know, like.
Or I thought, is this a toy I didn't grow up with?
Oh no, those toys I recognized.
Oh, okay.
Like, yeah. I don't know what that company was. They were little kid toys.
Okay.
2, 3, 4. Little yellow round head, little body that was cylindrical with a peg base.
Yeah.
So you could put it in a little vehicle.
Yeah.
Everything's corners are rounded. I don't know. That's a funny thing to think of. That was, like we've talked about before, as you got older, that was some flotsam at the bottom of your toy box. Like, oh yeah, these little guys. So like the women would have like blonde bangs with a short bob haircut. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't recognize these. If I had them, I don't remember them.
They were a toy that was so big you don't remember liking it because like you were 5 when you outgrew it.
Oh,
like, they're
sure.
that rudimentary.
Okay,
like,
they're very. It would make sense that Maggie's playing with them.
To show it, they don't have limbs. They're just a peg with a head.
Yeah,
you know? Like
they're like the game of life pieces.
Yeah, but when you're 2, hey, that's all you can handle. You can't handle limbs. You'll chew the limbs off.
Pretty tough to chew on a fucking wooden peg person.
Yeah, they make you earn it. I bet that's soothing. Really get
chewing on some wood.
Your new teeth in a soft wood. I bet feels kind of good when you're.
I mean, you can chew on wood today if you wanted to. You're an adult.
I mean, but you know, little kids are teething. You know, they busting through. That's why they're always nomming on shit. Nom 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 nom. Almond.
I don't.
Oh, there's a remote fucking right in the mouth. Oh, look. What's that? Right in the mouth. God, that's awesome. When the kids are at that age, just fucking everything right in the mouth. That's such a not good way to live long.
No. You're not supposed to put stuff in your mouth.
Oh, look. Some fucking an ashtray right in the mouth. I guarantee I chewed on an ashtray as a kid multiple times.
Oh, there's no way you didn't.
There's always ashtrays on the floor.
Why are they on the floor?
Because your dad lays on the couch and smokes. You're just ash in the carpet like an animal?
No, I'm saying, why is it on the floor? Put it on the coffee table.
We had a coffee table, now that I think about it.
How about an end table?
Yeah, but I mean, then it's behind you. You know, you got an ash. You smoke heaters on the couch, you'll realize there's something to be said about the big ashtray on the floor. Your right arm is just lean right over it. No ash is going anywhere. Right?
Oh, my God.
You need to get into laying on this couch and just watching basic cable and puffing heaters for 5 or 7 hours a day. In your apartment, windows closed.
Oh,
just getting after it.
I can smell it
Just
already.
Fucking, what are you, Winston Lights? We got to get you some. You ain't smoking Gucci shit, but let's go a little off the L&M. What's the one that's the initials? Yeah, but we'll find it. We'll do like a taste test. We'll line up a bunch of cigarettes.
Oh, good. Yeah, let's Pepsi challenge the cigarettes.
Lucky Strike, man. Bold choice.
Could save some money that way.
There you go. Yeah, no
Those
shit.
are cheap.
Yeah. Are they?
Yeah, I think Lucky Strikes
see,
are
in my
cheap.
head they were kind of expensive, weirdly, but yeah, maybe I'm wrong. USA Golds were always the
Those and Durals.
Doral. Fuck me, getting a hat that says Durals while wearing fucking beat to shit sunglasses, puffing Durals. Fucking riding a car that clearly doesn't have fucking registration. That's a true American.
And expired tabs.
Yeah.
Really living dangerous.
That plate is 3 years old.
That's the old design. They redesigned it.
Picture of Teddy Roosevelt on that plate.
It's like when you see an old $20 bill.
Man, just recently I was behind an old pickup and it had Teddy Roosevelt Rough Rider Country mud flaps.
Nice.
Because they were everywhere when I was. They must have given you Teddy Roosevelt Rough Rider mud flaps when you fucking registered to vote.
Yeah.
Every fucking pickup when I was a kid had those on it.
I haven't seen a pair in a long
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Oh,
though? Yeah. They were, I bet if you traced the prevalence of those, they're almost equal to the rise and fall of bicentennial quarters. If I get a bicentennial quarter, look at this. This is fun.
But 30 years ago, they were fucking everywhere. Yeah.
Every other quarter was a bicentennial quarter. So traffic is backed up in front of the Simpsons house. I think it's Bart and Milhouse are playing soccer and they notice, like, oh, what's going on out here?
Yeah.
And fucking on the back of Milhouse's jersey, it just says the house.
Amazing.
Bart's is El Barto. I love that he calls himself the house. Which,
Yeah.
if you're going to be named Milhouse, that's not a bad nickname to go
I
with.
think we had this exact same talk when he did it the first time 20 fucking seasons ago. Oh my God. I think in that episode, he's like pursuing Lisa like he does, and he says the house always wins.
Right. Yeah, that's a great line.
Amazing.
Lisa, of course, because Lisa, she's always figuring shit out. She figures out that the traffic jam is because of Waze, a map app that often directs traffic through quiet residential neighborhoods. I just assumed this was something they made up.
This is a real complaint people have with Waze.
Interesting. Really. They can make traffic bad in your quiet little neighborhood.
Yeah, because it sees like, oh, don't take the highway, get off here and take this street. You know, it'll save you 90 seconds.
If you get to know neighborhoods, there are those roads that are like fucking nice little fucking arteries that there's no traffic on.
Yeah.
Fucking First Avenue North at Fargo used to be that way. 42nd Street before it got any fucking you could get from 32nd Avenue to Main in fucking 45 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking you hit the one light green, fuck, you don't have to fucking slow down. Jesus, living the dream.
Yeah, there's that's a complaint people have with Waze is that, God damn it, you fucking redirect traffic. Because, like, when you look at buying a house, like, you look at, like, oh, what kind of neighborhood is this in? What kind of fucking traffic is there?
Am I next to a highway?
Yeah, exactly.
And everyone else is kind of pissed about this. They hold a neighborhood meeting to discuss the traffic, but it quickly goes from not addressing the traffic to addressing how fucking shitty the Simpsons are. It's like Bart's mooning people. There's all sorts of fucking Homer's a goddamn wreck like he always is. Basically, this is a way just to reiterate how much the Simpsons are disliked.
Yeah.
Like they are like everyone's least favorite, which is an aspect of this show that used to be huge in the early days.
Yeah.
Them wanting the Simpsons out of Springfield. The last 20 fucking seasons, we haven't had much of that.
No, not a lot of like just neighbors getting together or anything.
Like the Simpsons are like a fairly normal family now.
Yeah, yeah. They're not always up to some bullshit. It's amazing in this scene. The fucking divorced woman who lives next door with the bandana is on the couch and everyone's fucking talking about how shitty the Simpsons are. And she's like, you haven't called me in 25 years.
Yeah.
I live next door.
So good, yeah.
Oh my God.
Nice touch.
Yeah, this is, I think that and maybe The House also are, it's gone on so long now that Simpsons writers grew up on The Simpsons.
Yep, totally. Think of that, yeah. Like,
I think that's what that is.
Yeah. We get a lot of that wink to the camera writing.
Little shit like that, like Gabbo in the Magic Shop last week, yep.
So nobody likes The Simpsons, and meanwhile, back in traffic, Mo is not doing well. He's getting very frustrated. And a lot of Mo talks to himself a lot. A lot of the Mo jokes are him, like his fucking outer monologue. But he catches something in his rearview mirror. And he does like a double take. Like, it can't be her. It can't, like, and I had no clue. Fuck, I'd forgotten about this character. The fucking door to the car opens behind him. And goddamn it, if it isn't Maya. Yeah. His fucking flame from how long ago?
Long fucking time ago.
And fucking, that is a blast from the past. And it's like they never broke up. They hit it off again. They have like a coffee date in the Simpsons yard. I thought that was a nice touch. Oh my God. Then there's a flashback to like them dating. And like when he's taking her home after a date, like, well, here's where I am. And it's a house, it's a tree with like a fucking, I don't know what's like. So you crawling through this hole here? Like, no, that's my
like
house.
An open sesame situation.
Open sesame situation. Because she's a little person. So he assumes she lived in a tree.
With the Keebler elves.
Oh, fucking that was good.
Yeah, those are clips from that episode. You know, those are clips from that old episode when they were dating.
And the coffee date goes so well, they go back to fucking Mo's back room / bedroom / storage room / dungeon. They get after it. So, like, God, that's awesome. That's where he lives. No windows. Have you ever noticed? There's no windows in that fucking room.
I think where Mo lives is a little like, are we led to believe this is at the bar, right? This is the back room of the bar. We've seen Mo's apartment before. True. But
it seems to vary.
Yeah, it seems to be a little nebulous whether or not he lives at the bar.
Mo is back in love again. He's feeling his feelings, but he's reminded how things always fall apart when he tells a woman he loves them, so he's very torn by this, because I think that was actually a part of the episode way back in the day with her. That every time he'd opened up his heart, it never worked out.
Yeah, it was partially that, but like the reason she left in that first episode was they were cracking jokes back and forth. When we fucking talked about this on that episode, they were cracking jokes back and forth, but she decided to stop joking before he did, and he got in fucking trouble. And I think I remember being pretty hot about that, because that happens to Marlon quite a bit.
I thought we were still goofing.
Oh, I thought we were having fun.
Yeah, you don't have you couldn't give me the light with your cell phone?
Yeah, there's no
goofs are over?
There's no whistle to let me know that you decided that joke time is over, so now I'm an asshole?
You know how easy it is to do a timeout symbol with your hands?
It's
just
very
like that.
easy.
Like that. Just time out real quick.
Yep.
Do the X thing with your arms, like when a wrestler gets hurt.
Yeah, exactly. Like you can do literally anything.
There's so many things that could alert me.
Signal.
Yeah. Meanwhile, back to the other story. Professor Frink has been enlisted to help this traffic issue, and Frink cracks into the Waze website and directs traffic away from the street, kind of returning things to seemingly normal.
Yeah.
And I think they're outside when it happens, like, oh, look at this, the traffic's better. And then, like, the community or the neighborhood, like, applaud. Like, yay, good job.
Homer did it. Yep.
Now they love The Simpsons, which Homer fucking loves because Homer is fucking, a whore for fucking attention. Even not necessarily praise, he just loves attention. I mean,
right.
We all do, but he especially does.
I expected this to go differently. I expected this to like, oh, now something bad happens to the neighborhood because the street isn't on the internet.
Yeah.
Like, they don't get their mail anymore or something.
That is a very popular trope in Simpsons episodes.
Yeah.
They make a change and there's an unattended consequence to that change.
That's what I was expecting.
Yeah,
but that's
you're right.
Not where this B story goes
No,
at all.
Not at all. So meanwhile, things are still great with Maya and Mo, but now and we've seen this with Mo before, like his inner fucking, like, his psyche, like, has many different fucking people working at once. Like, multiple personalities might be a stretch, but, like, you got a lot of different voices telling him that, what are you doing? This is a way, she's never going to be with you. You, like, save yourself from all that heartache. You don't need to go through with this. And that's where it ends up happening. That comes here in a minute or so. But meanwhile, now everyone in the neighborhood fucking loves Homer and wants his attention, wants his help, wants him to do this or that. And now he's pissy about it.
Yeah.
Because he just wants to be left alone. So
To be fair,
they're asking a lot.
they're putting it on pretty thick.
Yeah.
Like, he's at that diner, and they're outside the window like it's the goddamn Today Show.
Yeah. Yeah, like, this is a dude that just lives in your neighborhood. You don't have to act like it's fucking Nelson Mandela.
Yeah, that's the celebrity?
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't like and respect
That's
Nelson
not
Mandela?
what I'm saying at all. That's just
What would you do if you saw
that just
Nelson
wouldn't-
Mandela?
I would
Leave the restaurant?
no.
Take this to go?
I would I'd give him a knowing nod. I'm like, oh, Nelson Mandela's over there.
Real respect's real.
Yep.
Tried to give respect knocks to Nelson Mandela. I was beaten with white fists for the first 60 years of my life. If you could lower that right now, it'd be great.
Please take your white fist away from me.
I regret doing that.
You a high five guy?
I was often slapped.
I can't win with you people. Excuse me?
One more time? Oh.
I meant restaurant diners.
So Mo's self-doubt gets so bad that he runs away from Maya and his home and his bar and his responsibilities and fucking lives in the goddamn Simpsons fucking treehouse, or the Simpsons. Like I can't know why he's reminded of that, but like he makes that decision to go up there. Like, I can't remember what it is. Like, where can I get away from it all? And that's where the decision he makes.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember what the reasoning was, but yes, he's curled up in the fucking fetal position in Bart's goddamn treehouse.
Oh my God, he's up there for like days. Like, he's looking rough.
If you were a child with a treehouse and you went up the ladder and the neighborhood bartender was crying in your treehouse.
In his tighty whities and undershirt, like just a wreck. And then fucking eventually Marge is like, Homer, it's been days. Like, we gotta do something. And at one point, while Homer's talking to fucking to Mo up there, the fucking Milhouse and Bart come in with their spaceman costumes, like pew 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 pew, like oh, like it's an alien corpse, and they just fucking treat him like he's a piece of set design,
like he's a part of the game. Yeah.
Good God, I fucking laughed at that. And Mo's just so defeated, he just takes it.
They come in with those fucking oatmeal canisters with the faces cut out for space helmets.
Yeah, and just defeated Mo. Okay, I guess this is just what my life is now. But eventually, Marge and Homer go up there as a team and talk him into like, hey, if you care so much for her, you got to make your feelings known, this and that, and gives him enough strength. Like, I'm going to do this. And not only is he going to do it, they get there and he's like, I'm going to do this on my own. You guys stay here. And he goes in. I think Maya's packing her bags.
Yeah.
She's leaving. It's like, he got something to say. It better be good. By God, is it good? He proposes marriage to her. And she says yes. So is this going to be canon, you think?
I hope so.
God, that's going to be... I don't know if I do. I don't know if Happy Mo is a better Mo for the show.
Mo has had 33 seasons of L's.
Yeah.
Let him fucking win one.
He has had. I mean, she can always leave.
If anybody on this show deserves to have a glimmer of fucking happiness, it's Mo.
So what has been a theme in these episodes, we get a happy, touching ending.
Yep.
And my God, this episode was good.
This is a fucking good episode.
Fucking A. And not a lot of like, holy shit, I got to write this down bangers, but just endless fucking jokes that were good, you know? Like,
zero resolution to Homer's B story.
Good point. Well, I think, we're just supposed to accept, oh man, I guess Homer's going to have to deal with this. You're right. There's no end to it.
And I think he like insults a lady's baby in that diner. So are we supposed to take that's the end of people liking Homer?
That word will get around. But that's a good point. It isn't really addressed. But, but man, I was fucking laughing during this one. This was a very, very good episode.
And I really like the symbolism of Mo cutting off a piece of his shotgun for an engagement ring. I thought that was great.
That's a good point.
I've been waiting for this episode because Twitter was all aflutter when this episode aired.
Oh, no shit.
Of like, oh my God, the Mo and Maya episode? And by that time, we had seen the first Mo and Maya episode. So when I was scrolling through Twitter that day, I was like, she fucking comes back? Are you kidding me? And I think that's a very sweet episode.
I'm glad it was a secret for me. I got to enjoy that.
Yeah. One more, episode number 5 is Lisa's Belly. Homer is hype as fuck from the get-go because they are going to Riot Rivers Water Park.
This was good.
Which is Action Park in New Jersey.
That was my first question. This got to be Action Park, right?
Fuck yeah, it is.
Man. PSA, if anyone's out there, this is all free on YouTube. There's like 2 different short documentaries about Action Park. Maybe one is actually on Netflix.
Okay.
Any content you can consume about Action Park is worth it.
Yes.
It's so fucking wild. And it's fun to have like a fun nostalgic air. Basically, it was a theme park in New Jersey, Philadelphia, or Pennsylvania.
New Jersey, yeah.
In the 70s into the 80s. Actually, I think it went to like 1998. It made it forever. And it was basically a water park family. There was more shit. It wasn't just water. There was like go-karts. There was land, sea, and air. It had everything fucking covered. It like crossed an interstate. It was like, it was fucking madness. Like the rides, kids were, they had like that concrete fucking, like with these little metal carts you rode on. They talked about like people get their fingers in the wheels underneath the.
Yeah.
So
and the brakes didn't work.
And either the brakes didn't work or they'd lock up and send you fucking skidding face first. Like, and if I think about it, it just reminds me of like being a little kid and the bad falls you take. Like, imagine running running as fast as we can is a weird thing at this age. Who knows how fast? But as fast as you riding a bike at this age and just falling off and landing face first. I would probably die. If not, I'm in the hospital for 3 months.
Traction. Yeah.
At that age, you'd fucking get up, probably cry if you're little enough. Fucking go. Your mom would what have you been doing? Jesus Christ. Oh, my mom wouldn't say Jesus Christ. Like, put some fucking Neosporin on your face, touch it up, put some Band-Aids all over it, and right out the door you go.
Yep.
As long as you didn't chip a tooth, fuck, you're right out the door again. Looking like a fucking Civil War gunshot victim. You got a huge fucking face covered in bandages, you know? Like, I mean, there was nothing my mom hated worse than having one of us in the house in the summer. Because it would just be nice. It might just be perfect if we weren't there, but if we're there, it's just going to be screaming about cereal and playing Tonkas inside. Get the Tonkas outside.
Just wants you out of the house.
That's a sandbox toy. We've been over this. They stay outside.
When I was 17, I accidentally drove my dirt bike through a barbed wire gate. If I were to do that today, I'd never walk again.
Yep. We'd be doing a memorial show for you tonight.
Yep, 100%.
We need to get Marlon a home health care live-in aid.
If that happened yesterday, you'd be real sad today.
Yeah, it'd be like, okay, it's just touch and go, but Marlon's in real bad shape. They said a 17-year-old boy would be no worse for wear, but...
I mean, I was fucked up, but...
Hospital fucked up?
No, of course not.
Like you could still get to school.
Right. Yeah.
That's all that mattered. Can you get on the bus?
Real bad road rash. Yeah. You wreck a bike through a barbed wire gate.
Didn't cut anything important enough to where you're bleeding it. Like, well, yeah, would have went to the hospital then.
No, thank God the top wire was sagging low enough that it went under the handlebars instead of over them.
So it was more the impact of hitting going over the ass over tea kettle.
Yep. And then the bike landed on me. That didn't help. But
is the proper parlance where you're from
ass over tea kettle? Hell yeah.
I've heard. I think this is an East Coast thing. Ass over tin cups.
But that's not. No. Tea kettle.
Ass over tin cups has a good rhyme to it. I like that. I like how it feels coming out of my mouth.
I prefer ass over tea. I'm going to keep using ass over tea kettle.
Because Chuck Daly, the coach of the Pistons, East Coast guy, he told the story about Larry Bird shooting a fadeaway three-pointer. It's like, he didn't have to keep backing up. He knew where I was standing. Of course, he fucking piles into me, sends me ass over tin cups over the front row. I'm bringing ass over tin cups to the Midwest.
In that same vein, are you a kittywampus or a cattywampus?
I think we've talked about this. I think I remember it kind of going both ways.
I think I didn't hear cattywampus till I was deep into adulthood.
Okay, yeah, I say,
We're kittywampus people.
Yeah, no, I've a lot of like you're backing a trailer in, you're all fucking fucked up. You're like, oh Christ, you got it all cattywampus. Just pull forward and start over.
See that kittywampus where I come from.
But if you said kittywampus, no one would bat an eye.
No one would stop the conversation. Be like, the fuck did you say?
What the fuck was that?
Same with kitty corner, not catty corner. I've heard that also.
I only heard kitty corner. Now that I think
I've heard catty corner. Yeah. And that's no good.
I only heard kitty corner growing up, but you're right. I've heard catty corner as an adult.
Yeah, I'm like, hey, you people need to grow up.
It's stupid. All this is dumb.
I'll double down on your PSA. There is also a great documentary about Action Park on HBO Max called Class Action Park.
That's the one I was thinking of. Yeah.
And a great episode of The Dollop about Action Park. And that's an early one. That's really? Like in the 20s. Fucking Dollop's had over. They're pushing 600 episodes now. That's an early one.
No shit.
Yeah. But yeah, the fucking stories about that place are so insane.
They talk about like at times there was like no one over the age of 15 working in the whole park.
Yeah,
it was all mid-aged teenagers.
And the people who owned the park like bought ambulances for the town, and that's how they were able to kind of get away with some of this shit.
Good God.
Those documentaries take a turn when they're like, and then let's talk to the family members of the people who died.
Yeah.
It's like, oh. Well, we were having fun.
You forget that some people legit died at these places.
So Homer hyped as shit to go to Riot Rivers Water Park. They get there, but now it's all mellow. Everything is so super safe. Like, there's no rides. They're just like, I don't know that these are a real thing at a real water park because I would never go to a real water park. But, like, little just ankle-deep pools everywhere for splashing? Is that a thing?
Oh, yeah. I mean, not everywhere, but there'd be a few of those for little kids.
Okay.
Like, for the mom to sit and get some sun.
Sure.
And not be around a bunch of oafish giant people splashing. So just keep the toddlers. Well, I mean, like, our local pool in Botano had a kiddie pool. That was just that. Foot deep, little kids.
Okay.
Separated from the animals.
No clue. I don't know shit about water parks.
How far do you think you had to go to find an outdoor city park or a city pool in your
outdoor one?
Yeah. I mean, assuming outdoor, I can't imagine any of the towns were Gucci enough to have an indoor.
Elgin had an indoor.
A city-owned indoor pool.
Yeah, we've talked about before. That's where I took swimming. That's where I took and failed swimming lessons like 3 years in a row.
Man. No shit. 3 years in a row, huh?
It was for sure. It was for sure too.
That's giving it the goddamn college try, though. That's fascinating.
But at the same time, like being the fucking kid 4 sizes bigger than everybody else in entry level swimming lessons is a pretty fucking tough way to live.
So your mom at least tried.
Yeah, man, I was trying. Yeah. I just can't.
I'd love to see the video footage of that. You have some weird body composition. You just sink. Just right, like, just makes sense.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm all full of tungsten.
yeah. Right to the bottom.
I'm too dense.
And like you're weirdly calm about it. You're just lying at the bottom of the pool looking up.
Like fucking Cameron in Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Just tumble off the diving board in a chair.
Chlorine has no effect on you. Eyes wide open in the pool.
There was, like, not only can I just not get the mechanics down, but I also don't like it in my eyes, and I don't like it in my ears, and I don't like being in the water, period. So I got a lot of factors working against me.
Now picture with goggles and earplugs and like a hairnet. Forearm and bicep water wings.
T-shirt on for sure.
2 shirts. One tucked in, one loose.
As if that's going to help what you're trying to prevent. Oh, God. Homer dismayed that this is a soft water park now. And the kids go find Devil's Deluge, this like dilapidated old ride from back in the glory days. And Homer takes the kids up there and they go flying down this insane fucking water slide. They go through a loop-de-loop, which is a thing that Action Park had. Imagine a water slide with a goddamn loop-de-loop in it.
And they talk about like people get stuck and they have like a hatch on the side they have to take off.
And one at the top because people get stuck at the top.
Oh my God. Like, because there's no way you could keep water running, so it's got to be drier than balls.
It's dry
up
at the
there.
top.
How fucking bad would that hurt?
The water can't go through a loop-de-loop.
Incredible.
Oh, God. It's somewhere in here that Milhouse is sitting with Maggie and she's got a pool diaper, a waterproof diaper on. And he's like, those were the days. And like Marge and Maggie leave. Like Milhouse is making them uncomfortable. And he takes one of the fucking waterproof diapers.
The confidence it gives a man.
So the kids and Homer had a blast on the Devil's Deluge, but they all get violently fucking sick. And it's at that point they evacuate the water park. You're led to believe they either shit or puked everywhere in the water park. That's when Milhouse comes striding out so confidently, wearing Maggie's water diaper. He's just like, not me, not today.
That was good.
Just feeling himself. An amazing Milhouse joke coming up later. The kids, I forget exactly what it is they have, but they have to go on steroids for a while, and Hibbert warns them. I still am not used to the new Hibbert voice.
Yeah.
It throws me every time.
More than Carl's new voice.
Yes, yep, way more than Carl's. He gives them a warning that it's going to make them temporarily a little weight gain, a little fat. And it's the first day of school, and the kids come down the stairs, and it's weird to see the kids looking fat.
I like Butterchunk Lisa and Butterchunk Bart.
Yeah, Butterchunk Bart with that big fat roll on the back of his neck.
I like how he's into it.
Yeah, he's fine with it, and he's feeling himself. And Marge, when she's getting Lisa ready, like gives her a little poke, like, oh, somebody's getting chunky. Yeah. And I love the visual of the word going into her ear and just crashing down inside her brain.
Can't call your 8-year-old daughter chunky, Marge. That's some day one shit I'm surprised you wouldn't pick up on.
That's a fucking tough slip up, Marge. You should know better than that. And this, of course, is going to drive Lisa crazy. Yeah. She is seeing and hearing the word chunky everywhere. We keep getting cuts back into her brain, the like nice animated world inside her head, and that word keeps getting bigger and taking up more space inside her head. Meanwhile, Bart totally fine with this new weight gain.
Yeah, Bart's too cool about it. Like,
and the bullies are like, "Oh, you're looking swollen." Bart's like, "Oh yeah, it's just I was on steroids." And they're like, "You were?" And immediately Bart is very cool. And that's when we see that the bullies have a secret gym in the basement of the school. They got weights and kettlebells, squat rack, punching bag.
Snacks.
They
like the snack.
They got a whole thing down there. So Bart is getting swole. Him and the bullies are gym rats. Marge, completely clueless about all of this, what she has done to Lisa, the seed that she has planted in Lisa's brain, takes her clothes shopping. The last thing a kid wants to do, the last thing anybody wants to do if they don't feel good about their body is go fucking clothes shopping.
Yeah, show how nothing fits you.
Yeah.
Oof, yeah, that's some deep-seated childhood trauma there. Oh,
no kidding.
You have to wear adult pants. You're only a boy. Like, I do remember being happy that I graduated out of husky.
Yeah, and into normal pants.
Grown man pants.
Yeah.
Wearing dad pants when I'm 11.
It beats fucking huskies.
Yeah, no one wants husky.
Husky is a fucking patronizing word. They're not fat jeans, they're husky jeans.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
You know what it means.
Husky is a dog. Stop using that word at me. Lisa, not finding anything that fits, jumping up sizes up to like a 10 and 12-year-old's clothing, and fucking snaps. Lisa loses it in this fucking department store, screaming, knocking shit over. Marge is carrying her out. And Homer, like, we get home, Lisa is laying in bed staring at the ceiling like she does when she's upset.
Yeah.
Marge doesn't know what's going on. She's mad at Lisa because she doesn't know that she's caused all this. Homer goes in and tries to help, and Lisa tells Homer what happened. And he has that long fucking monologue in his head about, like, oh my God, Marge, you did the one thing you're not supposed. Even Homer is like, how could you do? Come on.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay, we have to buckle down and we're going to help this little girl. And he turns to her and he's just like, let me explain to you the differences between leasing and buying. How many miles do you think you're going to be driving?
That was good.
And Lisa just goes, thanks for trying, Dad. That's what that was, right? But Homer calls in the big guns, calls Patty and Selma to come help. And they sing another fucking musical number.
Never worth it.
They sing a song about just not giving a shit, because that's Patty and Selma. Patty and Selma just live their lives. They don't give a fuck.
They're just open to the world.
Yeah. And that seems to help Lisa. Lisa is better now, but then Marge steps in it again.
Is it flattering? At one point, flattering
is used at the clothes store. And then here I think it's like, oh, once the steroids are all worn off, you'll be back to normal. Yeah. And Lisa, of course, just sends her spiraling again. Luann Van Houten recommends that they see a hypnotherapist. And Marge is like, isn't that kind of, fucking new agey, whatever. And Milhouse steps in and goes, no, she's for real. After just one session, we're back in the tub together. Milhouse is 10. Bathing with his mom.
Fuck, I laughed at that.
God damn it. And with the confidence, and he is so happy to share this
back
news.
At it. Back taking baths with mom.
After just one session, we're back in the tub together. Fucking A. Bart goes to the weight room to work out with the boys, and now they all got their girlfriends in the weight room, so this is ruined.
And Bart's so happy. He's like, hey guys, got toaster strudels and extra toppings.
Extra glaze.
Glaze. Got so many glaze packets.
Which that doesn't make sense, because then are you eating those other ones dry?
Yeah. I remember a couple times as a kid, because we weren't a toaster strudel family. Occasionally we would. And getting, fuck yeah, this is it. Get him in the toaster. And then look. And either my goddamn brother cannibalized the extra glazes, or they fell into somewhere and just being heartbroken. Like, why? Just tasty treats. It's all like, what?
Gotta eat this thing plain now.
What a thing to have for breakfast as a child. Cherry goo shoved into bread covered in frosting. That's a healthy breakfast.
I don't know whether or not it's a hot take, but I 10 times out of 10 would rather have a Pop-Tart.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, I get that it's kind of apples and oranges, because they are a different thing, but like, I'd way rather have a Pop-Tart.
It's still a pre-packaged pastry that gets put in the toaster, so they're fairly similar.
They're not that different now that I think about it.
Oh, I would 9 out of 10 take a toaster strudel. The one thing Pop-Tarts have going for them, portability.
Yes.
Yeah, driving with a toaster strudel's hard, but you can fucking eat a whole box of driving. Take a box of the Dome.
Also, you need a Pop-Tart raw. You can't eat a fucking raw toaster
you're an
strudel.
animal if you're eating fresh from the freezer. Jesus Christ. Fucking cutting them in half lengthwise and shoving one half in your bottom lip like a big chew dip. Just letting the body heat melt the cherry goo and chomping on it like it's cud.
And then taking a hit of the frosting.
All going out the window when you're done. Driving school bus. Man, Mr. Jennings is so cool.
Oh, God.
Having one of those industrial paper cutters in your kitchen to cut your fucking toaster strudels in half when they're frozen.
Oh, God. I think I've mentioned it before. Not a toaster strudel guy. I'm a toaster scramble guy.
Oh, I've never had. I wish I could have a hot
egg
take.
and cheese and sausage or whatever.
Seen
it's
them
all
in there.
garbage. It's all just paste.
Yeah,
like I'm sure.
Different colors of paste.
Yeah. So that's good. That's a tasty treat. Can't eat that frozen either. That's no good.
That's a bold move.
So Bart not into girls being in the weight room. The bullies all have their girlfriends in there. Bart just leaves.
Yeah.
Bart's just done.
It's over.
That's the end of that B story.
Yeah.
Bart's just done. Now we're at the hypnotherapist, and Marge and Lisa get hypnotized. They go into Lisa's brain, and Marge sees like, oh, I didn't realize that that's what that word would do, because it's like it towers over everything in Lisa's brain now. And then they hop over to Marge's Marge's brain, and Marge has the same thing, except it's the word plane, which her mother planted in her. And then
accentuate your plain features.
Yeah. And we've seen on the show before, Marge doesn't like when people think she's plain.
Yeah.
So I
Good
like
point.
that.
Yeah.
That like, oh, we've touched on this actually. And then Lisa and Marge have like a sweet, wholesome moment. More wholesome shit in this batch of episodes.
Damn right.
And they like talk it out, and it shows the words shrink a little, and like, oh, they'll probably never go away, but we can work on them. And that's the end of the episode.
Yeah. Man, I think 4 out of 5 had wholesome endings. Of course, the Treehouse didn't. But
Right. But yeah, there's some very moments in these episodes.
Not nearly as good as the Mo and Maya episode, but fine. Fucking light years ahead of that musical episode that kicked off the season.
Yeah, I liked this episode, but man, I love that Mo and Maya episode.
Yeah.
That's so good.
Fuck it. I liked Bart and his fucking gym bros. Like I love Fat Bart.
I like Fat Bart, yeah. I like one of the times they cut back to them in their secret gym, Kearney is just stabbing the punching bag. Like, what the fuck? That's the training you're doing?
And if you look, Nelson appears to be making out with a 38-year-old woman during the makeout scene.
Yeah, like one of his mom's friends.
Yeah, see, that's a grown-ass woman.
Yep.
He's a boy.
I don't think any of the women were women we've seen before. I think they were all...
Shauna wasn't one of them.
Yeah, Shauna wasn't one of them. We do see her in this episode, she's working at the clothing store.
Yeah, Jimbo's moved on, or either she's moved on.
I guess.
Well, true love is not meant to last.
Chalmers' daughter, let's not forget.
Oh my God, yeah, fuck, yeah.
The interwoven lore of this show only gets better the longer we go.
I'm Shauna. That's a nice touch when she says that aloud.
Says it, yeah.
Says a dick thing and then mentions that I'm Shauna.
I'm Shauna. Oh, shit. So yeah, that batch was all over the road, man.
Yep.
There was, that fucking musical episode. Oof. God dang it. Like, I don't like musicals, but is that why I didn't like it, or was it not a good episode to begin with? I don't.
And to kick off the season, that's what they deemed the way to start the show.
Tune in for the season premiere of The Simpsons. That's the one they did. Well, they had Kristen Bell singing, so maybe that's what they pushed. Yep. I don't know. She can sing. A lady can sing.
Anytime that the person doing a voice is the most redeeming quality of an episode, it's gonna fucking blow.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of the musical ones.
Nope. But we did it.
We did it. We got through it. We watched a bunch of Simpsons. Mo's getting hitched.
We tried our best. I think we did a fine job.
I think we did perfectly fine.
The haters will say things.
This is an acceptable podcast product.
Enjoy our acceptable product.
God damn it. We'll do it again next week, I suppose.
I think so.
Yeah.
Why not?
Episodes 6 through 10 for next week. Our days are numbered.
So enjoy this. Savor these special moments.
Yep. Savor these treats. Keep them in your cheeks.
Little nibbles.
Suck them. Get as much flavor out of them as you can.
Then spit out our dried husks.
Yeah. Use
stuff.
us up, baby.
Yeah, a couple of hogs.
Bite us.
Send us to slaughter.
The least sexy talk.
Are we being sexy? I'm just thinking of a pork. Oh, yeah.
As you are wont to do.
Roasts.
Aren't we all?
Back bacon.
Loin.
Loin, boy.
Oh, shit. 6 through 10 for next week. Yeah, that's about it. Bye.
Bye, everybody.